Welcome back to Legends of Evantris, and today we're playing Sam Raimi Presents Root, Return to the Dimwood. Root! As always, this is a mature stream, and in honor of returning to Root and playing Booker, I raise a glass to thee. Kick back, relax, grab your favorite beverage, and enjoy.
Hungry woods, reaching high, snatch the light out from the sky. Leafy sighs, creaking bones, pray you don't get found alone. Crickly crack, the branches pop, it grows the night that never stops. The tree that leans with twisted grin, her limbs are thrown, her soul is sin. Underneath the crooked moon stalks the king on cloven hoof, in pale decay and empty gloom. He comes for you. Six horns his crown, his kingdom all, for life delicious heed his call. He carries six of sword and seal, once wayward souls that fall and kneel. Run, don't shrink and cower, and join us at the witching hour. Skip and sing, thrashing light to smother the shrieks of endless night. Dance beneath the crooked moon, round rising rapture hand in hand, from pale decay and empty gloom, we'll comfort you. May our light embrace you too.
A blood moon hangs over Barovia at its zenith. As the five of you stand in the throne room of Castle Ravenloft, facing the vampire countess Stradania von Zarovich.
Well, I'll be, Professor. I've never used a gun before.
Where the fuck are we? Wondering how five woodland critters ended up in this nightmare land.
We're not playing that. That campaign's over. Sorry.
That's actually a really, really great one-shot idea. So yeah, if you want that, just page me.
If Root and Curse of Strahd had a baby?
Yeah, that's outstanding.
Exactly.
I love that.
Isn't someone actually doing that in our Discord? Someone's actually doing where Strahd is a vampire bat, and everyone's
It's a Humblewood Strahd.
It's a Humblewood Strahd.
That is fucking brilliant.
And Strahd is a bat.
Yeah.
That is brilliant.
Yeah, I'm mad I didn't think of that.
Me too.
I want to watch it.
Are you ready to play?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost 9 o'clock. I mean, might as well just fucking call it, you know?
Okay.
So quick intro and then wrap it.
Let's maybe lay out our characters and let's go home.
Yeah. Okay, we're Legends of Evantris. Join us in the Discord.
We already did that part.
Yeah, we did that part. We just watched the intro, Mike. Better take a coffee break.
Well, my back
Stop.
teeth are floating.
Stop saying
The Woodland is at war.
Oh, shit.
You all are denizens of the Dimwood, the home that most of you have known your entire lives, and a place that has been at war for as long as you can remember, as long as most denizens and critters of all kinds can remember. For centuries, this entire land had been ruled by the Great Eyrie, an aristocracy of birds that placed the birds in their treetop homes above all other animals, gave them special rights, and brought civilization to the woods that had once been so savage, filled with lurking monsters, bears, boars, deer, gigantic insects and arachnids, and other horrors that only exist in folklore. However, such a bloated aristocracy cannot last, and there was a great civil war where two factions within the Eyrie effectively tore themselves to pieces, and much of the Dimwood with it. In a period of lawlessness that followed, there was less strife than the Great Civil War, but life still wasn't safe. It wasn't secure. Then that's when the Marquise de Cat arrived. A distant empire called the Monde de Cat had been not interested in the Dimwood, being as far as it was, but an enterprising noble known only as the Marquise de Cat, decided to stake a claim and rise to her own sense of grandeur and power. And a great army of cats and some dogs and other animals that they conscripted into their army marched upon the Dimwood and conquered it very quickly. They helped establish industry, order. Where people had been starving, there was more plentiful bounty. There was far more trade. Even new pathways in this treacherous woodland were carved. However, it was still a rule that made the denizens not particularly free. There was high taxes, a great number of laws that dictated how a denizen of the Dimwood should act. And then, after a mere 10 years of rule, the Eyrie returned. And all they had been pushed back, they managed to bring back many loyalists that had been once exiled and rally under a single ruler and grow their forces and go to war with the Marquisate. These two factions have been at war for about 10 years, and that's where we find all of you. You do not follow any particular faction. You're what's known in the Dimwood as vagabonds. You live for yourselves, your own aims, you don't subscribe to any faction, and you don't particularly find the simple life of within the clearings and the towns within your speed either. You found each other, and you make your way around the Dimwood with no real home, getting into all sorts of adventures and capers and dangers. And you have thus far managed to escape the talons of the Eyrie and the claws of the Marquisate. And it's here that you all sit around a campfire. It is night and you are in the woods. Let me switch the music here. You sit around a campfire, crackling with the smell of warm cooked food after an exhausting trek through the woodland. You know that it is dangerous to go into the woods. Although great paths have been carved through the woodland of the Dimwood, the paths aren't particularly safe, but the woodland is treacherous and near certain death for anyone besides vagabonds. Many bandits lurk. There's rumors of barbarians, rampaging, marauding boars, mysterious deer that some say might be able to harness magics, and horrible creatures and beasts of the night, and all sorts of other dangers. But you managed to make it through unscathed. You are coming from Pottsville. The four of you initially entered that clearing when Booker had a great plan, an idea. He decided.
What else is new?
He decided to become the one to take alms and offerings for a great festival of Pottsville called Corn and Corn Alone Day. And there were a great number of offerings and foodstuffs and goods and coin offered. However, Corn and Corn Alone Day is no such festival or holiday in Pottsville. But they had gotten such an idea and a whim and learned the culture of this town by a new friend that they had made, named Bitsy, a local mouse who didn't know much, but knew that the people of Pottsville were always looking for some sort of festival, harvest or otherwise. And if they heard in the existence of a holiday, they'd probably just go along with it. Just like National Horse Day or whatever the fuck he said it is. Help a Horse Day. Help a Horse Day. However, it was not too long until a very precocious, scampy mouse child ratted you out, no pun intended, to the local cat authorities.
Oh, shit.
And you had to take your winnings and run, having to discard a lot of what had been offered behind in order to narrowly escape the clearing into the woods.
That sounds like a win to me.
But as you know, the guards do not dare pursue anyone into the woods, and anyone who makes their way into the woodland, into the forest, is presumed dead. And it is here that you all sit around the campfire, bringing Bitsy with you. You had actually just decided to book it, and after running for an hour, you turned around and she happened to be behind you. And it's at this point that you decided to make camp.
It's the Fuzz. No, really, it's Officer Fuzz.
It's Officer Fuzz. The infamous Officer Fuzz. Bright red fur, not orange, actual bright red fur, but not particularly in great shape. He had been enjoying some of the corn pastries of Corn and Corn Alone Day. How that happened, no one is really sure. But it was a moderately successful con, and you've made out with a good number of food, a great hearty meal, and a new friend in tow. You all sit around the campfire, and having discussed your next target crossing to be Click Clock Crossing, your next clearing rather to be Click Clock Crossing, lay low from the mouse-dominated clearings, and hopefully find in this rabbit clearing, perhaps concoct a plan of pursuing your own profits or aims. And you've decided to engage in a time-honored tradition of sharing stories after you get to know your new friend, perhaps.
Well, I say, as is tradition, now that we have the spoils of our fantastic caper, I will reach in and start breaking apart different various breads, pastries, passing out whatever beverages or booze
whatever you wanted to steal, you stole.
And I will say a toast to our new friend Bitsy, to whom this heist wouldn't have been possible.
Oh, that's
great. Well, thanks.
I was pretty surprised to turn around and still see you behind us as we were making our way. I wasn't even sure you knew what you were doing or where you were going or if you wanted to follow us, but here you are.
I thought I would follow you. They were going to kick me out anyway.
Well, we'll get to that, I suppose. Cheers to Bitsy.
To Betsy.
The woods are very dangerous. I'm not sure if you know that. I mean, it's probably more certain death than, being kicked out of home.
Why?
I mean...
Haven't you ever been in the woods?
All the time. I've never been killed.
Oh, what's wrong with the both of you? They're not that dangerous. I run around with my banjo and my bindle. I don't have to wield any weapons, really, and I've been fine my whole life. It's been fine. The woods aren't that dangerous.
No, look, we're hardened vagabonds. We live in these woods. We sleep in these woods. And no offense or anything, but I mean, aren't you more suited to, making pastries for corn and corn alone days?
I'm not a baker. I just go into the woods and I find flowers and seeds and moss and all kinds of stuff. I can make all kinds of stuff with the things you find in the forest.
Well, I like her. I think she can stay.
I think you and Hazel are going to get along just fine.
Now that I've learned how to make magic from my hands, and I'm like the only person in the entire world that's got magic, we're gonna be fine in the forest.
You can make magic with your hands?
Yeah, I've got magic. I invented it.
Like the deer?
Well, she says she can do it. We haven't actually really seen it happen yet.
Watch. I've been working on a new spell. It's called invisibility, and I start taking my clothes off.
I watch intent.
Peggy.
You see a naked frog.
Peggy,
and I slowly
Peggy.
start backing into the greenery.
Peggy, we don't need to do... No, there's no... You don't have to do this again.
It's
can
not
still promise
perfect,
you, but-
honestly, right now, but it's getting there, and I start putting my clothes back on.
I think you're real close.
Thanks. You tore your dress. You want me to cast mending on it?
What?
Perfect. And I pull out some thread and a needle, and I start sewing up your dress.
Oh, thank you.
How do you learn all these spells?
Well, I just started figuring out how to make things happen with my own mind, because I'm super intelligent and stuff. And so I took my old engineering manual and I started turning it into my spell book.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah, I think what really helps, though, is that I found a familiar that was teaching me how to do stuff.
What's that?
What's your familiar?
I open up my mouth and a little tiny fly flies out of my mouth. It's George.
Help me!
This is George. He thinks he's the king of the flies. So he likes for me to call him King George, but it's just George.
Peggy, how long have you been keeping that fly in your mouth?
Oh, a long time.
Oh.
Did you know that there were at least 286 flies in the Dimwood at any given time?
Wow, is that true?
That's true. That's what George told me.
Wow, you really are so smart.
I know.
I thought it would have been
All right,
more.
George, it's time to go back to sleep. And my tongue will stick out and
Nice to meet you. Oh.
But he's told me a lot of stuff.
Like magical secrets, like arcane.
I see he's magic too.
Well, he's a fly. And he was created by magic in the sense that he can talk to me and stuff.
Oh.
Make a perception check.
Everyone?
Group perception check, yeah.
The first roll.
Oh, pretty good.
What will it be?
Oh, I got a 14.
Where's my shit?
But my point of telling you all this, especially you, Bitsy, is you don't have to be worried in the woods.
I'm never worried in the woods.
I'm the only person that's been able to create magic.
Well, I feel safer for that. Thank you. I got a 15.
14.
Okay.
21.
21.
I'm not very perceptive. I'm shocked.
Who got higher than 20? So, both of you, as she's talking about flies, and this little fly buzzes out, and she snaps it back in, both of your ears perk up, and you see you hear a horrible rumbling, buzzing noise from off in the distance. As both of you turn.
What is it, boy?
I gather my corn biscuits closer to me.
And
I smell something.
And you see two massive, bright red eyes as a colossal fly that's probably 5 times the size of any of you just flies over the woodland and then dives back in.
What is that?
Are we familiar with this?
You
This
didn't
thing.
see it.
Is that something we would have ever seen before?
I would say that you know that there are like horrible, gigantic, like monstrous insects and bugs and creatures in the forest.
That was one of the 284 flies in the world.
Well, it's 286 flies at any given time. At least.
286.
What do you think that one was looking for George?
Well, George does say he's the king of the flies, and the fact that he's been with me for quite a long time, there might be some unrest in the fly kingdom. It's possible.
If George is that little in the king, then what was that big thing?
Probably his royal guard.
That's terrifying.
Are you trying to say that you've kidnapped royalty?
I wouldn't say it was kidnapping necessarily. Like, he's completely willing in there.
You didn't tell me he was royalty.
I told
should
you-
have bowed. Sir King George, I'm sorry. Oh!
Oh boy, are you all right there, Bitsy? What? Are you okay? Are you all right?
I'm all right. I'm fine. I hurt.
Oh, all right.
I heard.
Well, I mean, if you plan on joining our vagabond band, you should tell us about yourself to sell us on how you can survive and hang with us tough 4 cookies.
That's right. What do you bring to the table?
Besides your head.
Well, I thought I'd come and follow you guys. You seem like you know where were you going?
What?
Was that a question or a statement?
It seems like you felt like you were going in one direction. I thought I'd just follow you up.
Well, vagabonds, we don't necessarily have a direction.
Great.
All right, well, as long as that's all right with you, it's all right with me.
So where'd you come from?
Pottsville.
But I mean, like, I know that because you just came with us, but I mean, like, before that, were you always there?
Well, I grew up there, and I learned the secrets of the universe, and sometimes I make magical healing salves. Well, they're not magical, they're just salves, and they heal.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you I'm the only one here with magic. All right, so.
Well, I say they're magic because they're like magic. It's like a herbology.
It's very clearly not like magic. I
saying.
just showed you what magic looked like.
No,
Right?
I don't want to step on.
Look, she
toes.
invented magic. She said so herself.
And I personally have not taken on any apprentices yet, so until that time comes, no one else has magic.
Well, when you do, let me know, because
I won't.
I'm trying to expand myself personally.
I'm not going to give you my magical abilities for you to steal some child's muffin.
Don't have to steal anybody's muffin because we've already stolen so much of the corn product.
Well, that's gonna last you what, like 6 hours?
Maybe.
You rummage around. One of you rummages around in your pocket, and you find a flyer for a 3-day seminar on dwelling flipping.
Bitsy, you said that your hometown was going to kick you out. Was that before or because you told us the information about the caper that we used to, essentially manipulate you into using that information to rob all of your friends and family?
What? No, I caper.
You said you were going to get kicked out.
I love capers.
I do too.
Not that. No. I mean, why did you think you were going to get kicked out of your home?
Can I
Are you
ask
worried
you a
about
serious question since we're talking about capers and this? So it's very similar to caviar. Why did they call it beluga caviar? Beluga's a whale.
What's a whale?
What's a beluga?
It's a whale. I just said that.
And I'm also not sure that capers and caviar are that close.
They're both small and round.
That's true.
Well, that covers a lot of things, like seeds and nuts. Do you think those are caviar?
Most seeds are oblong. Some of them come to a point. Some of them are
But
shaped.
not all of them.
I've been known to say
what
that
seeds and nuts have you seen that are perfectly round?
What about little berries?
Many.
Berries aren't nuts, you dum-dum.
But they're also not caviar.
Then why are you talking about seeds and nuts? I'm talking about
Said
caviar and
caviar of
capers.
the
I'm just saying that I don't
Everybody
think that
knows
just because
it.
they're small and they're round that they're the same thing.
I didn't say caviar and capers were the same thing, Booker.
I think she's gaslighting me.
Wait, wasn't it that fruit?
And I cast confusion.
I thought fruit was Mother Nature's candy.
Oh,
Or is that
Where did Candy come into this conversation?
Unrelated to this I don't know.
It's definitely unrelated, Grumling. Jeez, what is happening to all of us? Bitsy.
Yeah?
You told us that your town was going to kick you out forever, and you don't even seem upset about that.
Yeah, aren't you going to miss your family?
They keep asking me to leave, and I didn't leave, and then they were going to tell me to kick out, and then I was going to be kicked out, and then I said I don't want to be kicked out. So then they were going to kick me out anyway, and I was like, I don't want that to happen.
Why were they going to kick you out?
Because they don't understand the difference between lemons and lemon juice.
What?
You don't.
It's a long story. You wouldn't understand.
I'm really trying here.
We're just trying to get to know you a little bit.
Well,
And, Hazel's got a really good point. If they had to kick you out because they didn't understand the difference between lemons and lemon juice, we might have to kick you out if we don't understand the difference between lemons and lemon juice.
Oh, no.
So you might want to explain it to Booker, because if at least he understands, we don't have to kick you out.
And he's pretty smart, so...
Excuse me, Hazel.
And you...
Well, it's a different kind of smart. All right. We've got different things, different strengths and things like that. Peggy's a lot smarter than me in one way, and I'm just, good at other
Which one of
things.
us created magic?
Well, it certainly wasn't me.
With your book.
No, I was with King George.
And King George.
And my mom.
Booker's more like street smart.
That's a really
Why do
great
they
way to
call
put
you
it.
Booker then?
What? That's just a name. It doesn't have anything to do with the actual
That's
books.
such a good point.
It's just a name.
Why is your name Booker?
Total.
I've never seen you read one book.
That's right. Total coincidence.
Wouldn't it make more sense if your name were Hooker?
Oh.
Wow. If I changed professions, if you know what I mean.
Oh, is that because you're from Muckbed Creek and they fish a lot there?
No, because of the hooks. The corn hooks. Isn't that what they call them?
Oh, I was thinking like a fishing hook.
I don't think I've ever seen him do an honest day's work in his life.
Well, I'm not saying he fished, but
Well,
he
then why
knew
would they call
otters.
him Hooker? Because of fish. Anyway, the point is, Bitsy, what's the difference between lemons and lemon juice?
well, the one is the lemon, and then the other's like a liquidy juice type thing.
And they couldn't understand this? Why?
Well, because they kept saying that one came from the other, and that's fucking horseshit.
Well, okay, you had me up until it's horse shit that one came from the other, because very clearly the juice comes from the lemon. But once you squeeze the juice out of the lemon, it
This is
stops
what they
being a
kept
lemon.
saying. That doesn't make any sense.
What do you mean it doesn't make any sense? Where else are you going to get the juice from?
I don't have any lemons on me, but if you squeeze that lemon and lemon juice came out, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't what,
That's how it
Bitsy? What
works.
wouldn't you do?
That wouldn't make any sense.
Why wouldn't it? So then why do they call it lemon juice?
All right. When we get to Click Clock, I am going to blow your mind.
Where?
Click Clock Crossing. That's our next destination.
What are we doing there?
Whatever we want. That's the beauty of all of this, is that we don't have to do anything.
I don't really want to do anything.
I've
We've
spent
got
my-
all this corn. We got corn fritters, and we got cornbread and corn pone, and we've got all kinds of things that we could just sit here and enjoy each other's company.
And we will do that for now.
I feel like we really did a lot of work already.
You're gonna do that, Hazel, but in like 10 hours or so, you're gonna have eaten everybody's share of the food. And so we're gonna
I'm
have
sure
to...
it won't take that long.
I was trying to be kind. And so we're gonna need to rely on Booker to steal from people who have stuff.
That's right.
True.
Plus, I've spent my entire life wandering and visiting different clearings and trying to see as much as I possibly can, and I'm not going to stop now. That's what's fun about life, is seeing what's out there. And when we get to places, enjoying the things that are there. Sometimes at the expense of other people, but we're not going to think or talk about that. We're just going to enjoy the spoils of our victories.
What else do we get out of it besides the corn?
Well, if we don't feed you...
We get money.
Yeah,
That's
no,
right,
But
that's
what
right.
did we get?
You get hangry
Lay
if we
it
don't
out.
feed you.
I dump
I know
out the
that.
sack, and there's various coins
terrible when
and
I
food
find
and alcoholic beverages
Well,
and
bourbon's made
things.
of corn, so probably. I mean,
Did we get any money?
That's right. Yeah. So yes, we got some
Yeah,
coin,
yeah.
and not as much as I would have liked. The bag was a little heavy, but we had to run. I had to throw some of it, to get away. But
You threw? Oh, well, that's all right.
yeah, the law enforcement was coming down on us quick.
Yeah, well, that's okay. I'm never really good with my winnings anyway. I spend them on things that just really... I'm not good with my money.
Well, we all earned it, and I'll quickly divvy it up, and keep handing out food and just putting it in a pile and
I don't think
letting
I
everybody take whatever
deserve
they
this.
like.
I didn't do a damn thing.
You did a lot more than you'd think.
Honestly, if it weren't, did you just eat your money?
No.
Well,
I thought this was ale.
oh, and when it ended up being coins, you just swallowed anyway?
They're gonna
I
come
thought it was
right
weird
out.
ale.
Okay. You just give it a few days and you'll see it again.
A frothing mug of coins.
Okay. I'm gonna go get a stick.
You know what, Bitsy? It's tough on everybody's first beer. You know, I remember my first mug of ale. Coins, I mean ale. It's tough. It's hard for everyone. You'll get the hang of it.
I find a stick and I start like.
That was the worst use. It's like last time when we was in Grizzlepole and we got all that coin from that honey heist, and I spent it. I was so excited, but I ran off and I spent it on cobbler tools. They were not what I thought they were.
They're not tools to make cobbler.
Doesn't that seem like that's what it would be?
I mean,
it was
what else would it be?
awful.
That does make me think of a new car.
I had my heart set on them. They were so shiny, and I really got them, and I enrolled in the Gordon Ramsay Fine School of Critic Cooking, and he just hated me right from the get-go because I didn't have the right tools. And I tried, and I tried. Oh, I even made him my mum's humbleberry pie for my final, and you know what he said?
I don't know what he said. What did he say, Hazel?
He said, my gran could do it better, and she's dead.
Oh, God, that sounds like a nightmare.
It was terrible. Oh, I was heartbroken, but I stuck it out until graduation.
It's such a sad story.
I didn't graduate, but I did lift a diploma off of somebody, and really, you can't even tell where I scratched the name out and wrote Hazel. No.
Do you want some steak?
I appreciate that. Thank you.
So he really didn't let you graduate?
No, but I learned what I needed to know, and I've got some skills now. So if we ever need, for me to cook something, I can cook, and I'm really working on my sharing skills as well.
Well, that's very big of you. We appreciate that. Thank you for
that's
sharing.
I will say I have noticed a lot of personal growth in you, Hazel.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Also, if anybody would like to buy a slightly used set of cobbler's tools,
I will trade you this
cobbler.
one. I will trade you this one poppy seed muffin for your cobbler tools.
Deal.
Perfect. Thank you.
I don't have any money.
They're covered in flour.
Kind of sticky.
Yeah. They've clearly never been washed.
I don't have any coin. I just left my house and all of my things to come here.
Well, you earned some of this. Trust me, you did.
Hey, plenty of
thank
coin.
you.
Don't eat those, please. They're not meant to be eaten. They're meant to be put in your coin purse.
Did I just miss that it was ale he was drinking?
I thought it was coins.
That's all right. We're gonna try this again.
Derek knew it was coins going in.
Okay. I felt like I was out of the joke, and I'm like, oh God, did I just
No. I knew.
Oh, thanks. Oh, I don't have a pack.
If you want, I can magically create a pack for you.
What about regular packs?
What?
You
know what? You're fine holding them, I think. For now, the time being, I think we'll be all right.
She's not going to last, not even a week.
Well, I don't know. I mean, she seems like she's useful. She's already benefited us so far. Why not more?
She was able to follow us into the woods when when Fuzz wasn't able to.
She's
That's
quick.
true.
She's very quick.
I'm very fast.
Let me set a scene for you. Let's say we're in the woods.
We are.
And we hear a horrible bleat. And a disgusting...
It's like Gordon Ramsay all over.
Disgusting ram with a chef's hat comes out of the woods with big red eyes. and he says, "Where's your duck sauce?" What would you do to him?
What would you do?
Do I have any duck sauce?
No, you don't have duck sauce. You don't even know what duck sauce is.
To be fair, that was a very good question. She's using her brain. Keep going.
You got further than I did.
I probably... Am I holding these coins?
Well, you don't have a pack. So
This
yes,
is
you're holding
a
those coins.
theoretical scenario. What would you do? How would you fight him?
I guess
How would you make him pay?
I guess I give him a slap on his face and I tell him he was a bad goat person and I'd send him on his way.
Was he a goat or a ram?
Yeah, he's going to get really mad if you call him a goat. Because he's very proud of being a Ramsey.
Well, no, the point is we beat him up because he was mean to Hazel.
Yeah!
Because he jerk.
Oh, you knew. You weren't supposed to know that, but now you do.
Well, I can do that. Like, I'm good at... Oh, shit.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Thank you for the twist of dread, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
Give me a coin. Give me. Willis.
Thank you, Willis.
I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna change it up because root is such a positive thing. I hope that this is lucky.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Be lucky.
Now, Bitsy, I think maybe it would help if you would know how one of us would react. All right, so I'm gonna help Grumley with his story
this
here.
is fun.
Thank you.
Hazel is one of my best friends.
Oh, stop it.
And now that I've seen the work she's put into these cobbler tools and will clean off later, I would cast magics. I've recently invented what I like to call acid splash.
What's that?
Sounds dangerous.
What is that?
Oh, it is.
Oh, is that a spell?
It's magic, yeah, it's a spell.
Wow.
So when Gordon Ramsay comes out of the forest and he yells, "Where's the duck sauce?" and his red eyes turn to Hazel,
So mean.
and he starts digging his hooves into the ground ready to charge, I pull out the super croaker. And you see what looks equivalent to a Nerf gun. And attached to it is this horrid, like, swamp juice in a mason jar. And I start pumping it. And then I shoot it up in the air and you see all this, like, gross, horrid swamp gas.
That plays perfectly into my next line, which is...
Oh, yeah, ass splash. That makes perfect sense.
Whoa, Peggy, watch her get shooting that thing.
And when it lands on him, he begins to fizzle and pop. And his flesh starts to melt. And then I say, "Hasta la vista, Ramsay. There's your duck sauce."
Oh.
See, that's how we handle jerks in this Dimwood.
And I thought I had a way with words. Very nice.
With me, I sure would have got my diploma.
Yeah. I wouldn't have let him fail you.
Well, you got a diploma.
That's true, and I feel pretty positive about that for myself.
Whose diploma was it beforehand?
I can't really read it anymore. I did have a little bit of chocolate on my fingers when I took it.
Yeah, see. I clearly see.
I'm sure that it all worked out fine for them, though. I did just see it sitting in a bag next to a chair with a family that were taking some pictures. So I'm sure it didn't belong to anybody, really.
The point is that the reason we've made it as far as we have for as long as we have is that we all have special skills that complement each other. All right? Hazel's somebody who can get you things. Peggy is the brain of the operation. Brumley, he's the brawn of the operation. And me, I like to think that I'm the glue that holds this operation together. You know, we've been traveling together for a long time, and quite frankly, at sometimes I feel like I barely know any of you. Brumley, you're a monstrous borderline genetic mistake in a suit of armor. Peggy, you're a lunatic exhibitionist that takes her clothes off with extreme regularity, and now you're threatening to dissolve some poor bastard. Hazel, you're a pre-diabetic chick monk with kleptomaniac tendencies and an unhealthy obsession with bumbleberries. Bitsy, you're clueless, confused, and half the time I think you might have a serious brain injury.
Is diploma a fruit?
You're all absolute circus freaks, but you're my circus freaks. And I hope that I've become your strange yet handsome and eloquent raccoon friend. And I want to thank you all for being here with me.
That's nice.
Cheers to our new friends. And I use inspiring leader to give us all temporary hit points.
You feel very
And I will completely agree with 99% of those things that you said. You really are the glue that holds us together.
Thank you.
With my brains and your you, we can do anything.
That's right. And when we can't do anything, Grumley can kill them.
Yeah, and when there's no one to kill, Hazel can steal it.
That's exactly right.
And
Bitsy,
I don't really know how you fit in at all.
That's what I was going to say. We're going to find a spot for you, though, and it's going to be fantastic.
Well, I can be the heart, I can be the spirit, I can teach you about the truths of the universe and expand your minds into all of the realities of what's happening in this world.
All right.
Sounds nice.
You keep saying that. But what does that mean? Do you want to maybe share or give us a little secrets?
I saw this on the
Just give us a taste, maybe.
campus. There was a group of kids and they were kicking a bean around or something, and then they kept saying things like that. It was kind of smoky, so I couldn't see their faces, but they said expand your minds and stuff. And I figure if they're at school, that's a good thing, right? So we should do that too.
That's very on brand for Pottsville.
So how about it? You want to hit us with a little tidbit of the mysticism of the universe?
Yeah.
I can't just lay it all out for you.
I'm just a crumb, perhaps.
Well,
Do you have just a crumb?
I suppose I could tell you a story about somebody who sought the truth.
Well, why not?
Is it a good story, or like a scary story, or like a epic story, or a saga?
I don't know.
If she tells us, then you'll find out.
Yeah.
No, should I like prepare to be scared or something, you know? Like,
What's
should
the
I?
fun in that?
Oh, I want to kind of get myself in the right mind space, you
It's
know?
a little scary. There's some wounds and there's some bleeding.
Some wounds? Oh, no. I don't know if I like this story.
I don't want to wait anymore.
Okay, let me get another stick.
My ears sort of flattened down a little bit.
Your tail lowers.
How much
tail uncurled?
It's 11 temporary hit points.
11 temporary hit points.
It should last a good
I'm
long
a
while.
girthy frog.
Whoa, not 100.
I have 69 hit points. Nice.
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 I mean, this is what campfires are for, Bitsy. If you'd like to share a story with us, please. Bitsy?
Oh, she's gone.
Bitsy?
Where'd she go?
Bitsy, you can't wander off like that. We've just talked about how dangerous the woods are.
Grumley, before this story happens, I ordered some food from a wandering mosquito. So if you could just go out into the woods and grab that for me, that would be great.
Doesn't it sound like a reverse situation? Like I go out in the woods and I become a meal for the mosquito?
It's very possible, but they said they left it at the door.
What is it?
All right.
It's sushi.
Hold on.
Oh.
I tie a rope to myself, then I pass it to Booker.
Yeah, I'll hold this. All right.
Hold it on.
No, I know.
All right, don't let go. Okay?
I know the drill.
Okay, don't let go. I'll
Just
be fine.
Go. It'll be all right. I got it. We've done this 100 times before.
All right. Anyway, I'm gonna go get the food.
As soon as he's like out of
Can
sight.
we coffee break?
Oh yeah, let's coffee break. 'cause
I'm
I'd like
about to
make a
tell my
drink.
story. I need to use the
Well, hold
my
on.
back teeth are
Floating. Can we
flying
not?
through my eyeballs.
Ew.
Andy's gonna finish this joke.
As soon as he leaves, I just drop the rope on the ground and I wait intently for Bitsy to start her story.
Well, hey, you got... No, hold on.
No, that's fine. Don't touch that. Don't let it go. You gotta tell your story. Focus on this. Think. Focus.
I'm going to wait till he comes back.
All right.
And that's where we'll take a coffee break. All right.
As soon as Grumley comes back out of the woods, I'm gonna very quickly pick up the rope, pretend like I never dropped it.
So
I have the rope.
No, you
right
don't.
here.
I made sure you didn't. No, you have to focus on your story.
No, I'm going to hold it.
I got the sushi.
Oh, shit, it's on fire.
He got most of me blood though.
What?
I feel a little lightheaded.
Are you alright?
Are my gums pink? And they're like super gray. They're just like
Grumley, sit down. Have some
Oh yeah, I
ale.
forgot to tell you. You had to pay the mosquito in blood to pick up the food,
well, he got his due.
and it's sushi, so it ain't cheap.
That explains it.
Sit down. Bitsy's about to tell us her story. Here, have some ale. That'll put some color back in your cheeks.
Can I let go of the rope?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to get these coins.
Do you want some help with that?
I got it. I'm fast. All right, so as we all know, nothing existed before last Thursday, when everything just popped into existence. Hopefully that does not happen again. Anyways, there was this opossum named Guy who I found in the woods one day. He was unconscious and bleeding, so I decided that I would rescue him. I took this guy back to my little hutch in my village, Pottsville. This was before they kicked me out for holding a lemon. Of course. This was years ago. So anyways, I heal him, and he wakes up, and I tell him he's gonna have to stay to recuperate for a few weeks, and he agreed.
Firmly, I don't like the way she does this.
Me neither.
I've totally lost track of the timeline of this story.
That night, at around midnight, he hears a strange, eerie sound coming up from beneath my little hutch. Thump. Thump.
Oh no.
Thump.
What's that?
Oh, no.
A loud thumping sound.
Oh,
Guy must have been seriously puzzled about it because he lay awake all night seriously puzzled about it.
That checks out. All right, I'm in. I'm still with you.
He said to me, "Hey, what's that weird thumping sound coming from coming from the down from underneath your little hutch last night?" I told him I was sorry, but that I couldn't tell him. Only people who understand the truth, like me, are allowed to know. Please, can you tell me, he insisted. I promise you I won't tell anyone. I just need to know. But without understanding the truth of this world, he was not allowed. I told him. So Guy spent the next 3 weeks in my hutch recovering every single night. In my hutch,
What the fuck is a hutch?
I don't know. I think it'll become clear later in the chapters. We just have to stick with it.
All right.
he hears this strange, inexplicable thumping sound coming from beneath my little hutch, and every night he lies awake for hours.
oh, it's terrible.
Thump. Thump.
Oh, gosh.
Thump.
Bitsy, I'm starting to worry that you might be convicted of serious crime here.
Finally, his wounds healed, and I told him he was healthy enough to leave, and he did. Of course, a month later, I found him in the woods again, unconscious and bleeding. I took this guy back to my little hutch in my village. This was before they kicked me out, holding a lemon, of course. And again, he needed to spend a few weeks recovering in my little hutch. And again, the poor little guy couldn't get any sleep because every night at around midnight, just like the first time he visited me, this bizarre, unsettling, thumping sound came down deep below my little hutch. Thump. Thump.
Was he puzzled about it?
Oh,
The exact same loud thumping sound. He was puzzling about it all night, every night.
I hate
I'm sensing a theme.
Soon, he came to me the next morning and he asked, "Can you please tell me what that thumping sound was from underneath your house? Well, I hear it every night, every time I'm here, and I absolutely have to know. It's driving me crazy." I sighed, and I explained to him once again, "I'm sorry, Guy. It is absolutely required that I keep the secret." But he begged, and he begged, and he begged every day, still hearing that thump, thump, thump sound at around midnight. He begged me to show him the truth so that he might find out what's making that strange sound. I could see that he was ready to see the truth, so I agreed that once his wounds were fully healed, I would begin to show him. This whole time, every night, please stop waiting so.
Where am I? Sorry.
The whole year, every night at around midnight, the thumping returned. He got increasingly frustrated, trying to understand the true nature of our world, of the forest, of our very natures. It's a slow and tedious process, and Guy wasn't very well suited to it, and he wasn't very intuitive, you understand, about these things, unfortunately, so it took an entire year for him to finally understand and accept the truth I had to show him first. So, I led him to my concealed hatch in my hutch, and guided him down and down into the large empty room below. On the other side of the room was a door, behind which was a large wooden chest. I asked him, "Guy, are you absolutely sure You want to know what the source of that thumping sound is? Once you see what's in this chest, there's no going back. This is big. This is something that completely changes you. This is going to completely redefine everything you think you know about the world. Once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. Are you really sure you want to open this chest? Yes, absolutely open it. I need to know, he insisted. So I did. And inside was another smaller chest.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I can't believe this.
Why would he put a chest inside a chest? Oh, no. I gotta know. You gotta keep telling me.
And inside that chest was another chest. There were 7 chests in total. Until finally we reached the last and smallest chest, the 8th chest, no larger than a jewelry box. Guy, this is the last chest. This really is the last one. The source of that thumping sound you've been hearing every night is right here inside this chest. Are you absolutely, completely, totally sure that you want to see what this is? Yes. Yes, he said to me. Yes, just open the chest. He was so desperate to find out what the source of that thumping, thump noise was. He was literally in pain about it. Slowly, I took the last key, inserted it into the lock, and turned. I lifted the lid on the chest and let Guy peer inside. And he saw the source of the mysterious thumping noise. It was truly astounding. He was utterly amazed and confounded by what he saw. It was something that truly and completely changed him as a person. It explained everything. It was the fulfillment of his whole life up until that very moment. What?
What was it?
Well, I can't tell you.
What do you mean you can't tell me?
Only people who understand the truth like me are allowed to know.
We've been sitting here for an hour, and you can't even tell us what was in the final chest?
No, it's not allowed.
I think it was a lemon. That's my theory.
Well, you just think you're a regular old Edgar Allan Crow, don't you? With your storytelling and you make up words.
You got me and Grumbly real all upset like. And I don't think lemons thump because I've had a lot of lemon curd pies.
You know, you
Never
could have
heard
told
it.
that story in like 3 minutes. This possum got hurt. There was something under my house. I eventually took him downstairs, and there was something in a chest I can't tell you about.
So where's the guy? Where is he now?
Yeah, what happened to the possum?
He didn't say a word. He just left.
And do you know if his name was Guy, or did you just call him Guy?
Unclear.
I feel
Faint?
I feel faint.
You know, it was just like a story that I read in one of those Pulp Fiction novels where there was this like briefcase and you never find out what's inside.
Yeah?
You're just supposed to theorize about it. I don't really care for that. I mean, I have a theory that it was a lemon. I'm sticking with that one.
Your guess is as good as mine,
I
Brumley.
have a theory there was nothing in it at all.
But what made the thump?
Maybe it was all in his head. Or maybe it was Bitsy.
I'm still not entirely convinced that Bitsy didn't kill a guy.
I start reaching back for my
Or
halberd.
maybe because he was so scared, he was hearing his own heart thumping in his own possum chest.
That's a pretty intelligent way
And
to
then
look
it
at it.
is metaphorically tied to what's inside the chest, your heart. What thumps your heart? What's the meaning of life? Life itself, obviously.
Oh, wow.
You guys are way off.
Well, this must just be very much fun for you, Bitsy.
It's not fun. I want to show you guys what's inside the chest, but it takes time.
How did it take all this time if the universe didn't exist until Thursday?
Well, it popped into existence with all the other stuff.
Doesn't really make any sense.
From
I
where?
don't understand.
That's part of the secret.
So how come I can remember stuff that happened before last Thursday?
Because you popped into existence with your remembrances.
Well, then why don't I remember where I was before last Thursday?
Well, that's how you popped in. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you're special. You can do magics.
I created magic. And I definitely did not bring this world from another world last Thursday.
What if the sacrifice you paid for creating magic was forgetting how you popped in?
Oh, I'm not saying I forgot. I'm saying I asked where we came from, and she said we don't know. And I'm just really confused.
What if you invented a whole universe with your magic?
That is highly possible. My magic is very, very skilled magic.
Can you cast another spell for me? I just love to watch you cast.
I will cast. You want to see something I call Mage Hand?
Yeah.
Hold something up for me.
Oh, I'll hold my empty mug of mail.
I am not going to move. I want you to all watch this. My body is going to remain in place.
Please don't take your pants off.
I am not going to move my physical body in any way. You see? Are you looking? And my tongue's going to shoot out and grab the coffee mug. Did you see?
Oh my gosh!
There once was a mug in Grumley's hand. Now there is a mug in my hand.
That was incredible.
Wow.
Magic.
That's very impressive.
I can't do that with my tongue.
What?
Well, me neither. I use my tongue to stay cool. Doesn't work very well in this suit of armor.
Or that body.
That's right. I have a dexterity of 10.
It's because your face is so short.
Well, it's more my snout, not really my face.
Well, your snout is part of your face.
Well, right, but it's just a part of my face.
Yeah, you have a short face.
Well, no, you could have like a long face and a short snout, or a short snout and a long face.
You could have a tall face.
It'd be like if your face was an innie. If the face came out and the snot.
Like a concave face?
Yeah, I don't think that's right.
Well, if that was the case, we could eat soup out of Grumpy's face.
I could just lay on my back
soup.
and you could just...
It's not as good as a bread bowl, but I'd try it.
We'd have to make sure to clean his folds first.
I don't know. I think maybe it would have like a natural...
This might be why you failed in that course.
You never know. You really shouldn't shun new flavors.
I don't think it was the goblet was Hazel. I think it's some of your life choices.
Oh, sweet God almighty. I'm with Peggy on this one.
Well, you never know when inspiration is going to strike the palate. That's what Gordon Ramsay says.
Don't you hate that guy?
I do, but he is really good.
I hate that he insists that his name's pronounced that way, you know.
It's pronounced what way?
Instead of Ramsey, he's like, oh, it's pronounced Ramsey, you know.
I think it's just he has a bit of an impediment when it comes to
being he's a sheep and all, maybe.
Well, yeah, a ram, mostly.
Well, I mean, a ram's just a sheep, you know. There are lots of sheep from where I'm from.
Where are you from?
I'm not from the Dimwood. You know that, but I'm from Felicia.
Where?
It's a kingdom across the sea.
Shouldn't you know that if you know everything about the world showing up last Thursday?
You've never heard of Felicia? Or I guess you could call it old Felicia, because now there's new Felicia.
I've never left Pottsville.
So how do you know that
not
Pottsville
true.
wasn't the place that appeared out of nowhere last Thursday and everything else was already here?
Well, we're in a magic town. Oh, I think you broke her.
Anyway, there are sheep where I'm from, is what I was trying to say. A lot of sheep. Some cows. Bulls. Pigs. Chickens. Geese. Ducks. A lot of cats. I mean, most of the cats, they sort of rule the place, you know. Lots of dogs, like me. My mum was a dog.
That stands to reason.
My dad was a dog. I mean, you know.
What kind of dog were your parents?
I mean, they were dogs like me. They look like me.
Do you have a name for what kind of dog you are?
I mean, we're called, we're pugilists. So we're known as pugs for short.
Isn't that pronounced pugilist?
No, it's or at least those fancy cats pronounce it pugilist.
So then why do you call yourself pugs instead of pugs?
Well, because pugs sounds weird when it's short for something.
He's right, it does sound weird.
Anyway, all I'm trying to say is there are sheep from where why am I still talking? We should probably get some sleep. I mean, don't we have a big heist or something?
Well, I'm not sure what our plans are. We know where we're going, but we don't really have anything on our agenda, which is kind of how I like it.
Now, that makes me a little nervous. I prefer being regimented and told what to do.
Well, things these days are a little uncertain. Until we get to the Click-Clock Crossing, we don't know what we're going to find, really.
Oh, that's fair.
Plus, it's nice to just be free and not have rules and not have places to be or appointments to attend to or anything really to do other than to enjoy being alive. At least for another day, right?
This is real nice.
Yeah.
So do we have any idea of what's in the crossing?
Well, last time I checked, the news was...
Yeah, you would know that this is a bunny. I haven't spoken in like 15 minutes, and my voice is clearing my throat. You know that this is a rabbit clearing. It is controlled by the Marquisate. It is the location of the headquarters of the Better Borough Bank. Which is the primary bank that's in multiple clearings. There's a lot of bread making. It's very much a bread basket. While much of the crops are grown in Pottsville, a lot of the baking and the cooking and the preparing of food, and a lot of the shelters for food for those that are suffering and starving in the Dimwood are here at Click-Clock Crossing. It is also the source of basically the biggest source of sugar and honey in the entire Dimwood. There is lots of sugar cane, there are sugar beets, but it's mostly these massive apiaries where they have tons of bees, some gigantic, that produce tons of honey. And, I would say that's probably, it's on the river. It's on the river. And there's a lot of windmills all along the river for grinding all of that grain and producing all of that bread product.
Do we know... No, you said that already. Yep.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, well, it'll be good to get some supplies, perhaps, see what there is to do for fun.
I haven't had good honey in so long.
Exactly right. We have to try their world-famous honey.
But I love honey on cornbread, but I don't think that I can save it until we get there.
Here's what we'll do. I will take this piece of cornbread from my stash, and I will save it for you so that you... Wait, quick, look over there. And then when she's not looking, I hide it somewhere on my person. You can't find it until we get the honey. Deal?
You promise you're going to save it for me?
Yes, of course.
You're not going to eat it.
No, this isn't one of those instances where I lie to get something out of her. There's nothing I need.
Are there ever instances where you don't lie to get something out of someone?
Just this one, because I have the bread already.
You're a new man.
No, it's just this instance. I already have the thing that she wants. I'm just going to hold it for her. I'm not trading it for money. I just want her to be able to try it with the honey. The honey's really good.
Oh, I really need it. I just need it. But it begs the question, would you have a second cornbread? Because with all that bread making business, there's also likely to be butter. And I would like to maybe try one with both honey and butter in a honey butter mixture.
I was going to eat this one tonight, but I'll save that one for you tomorrow too.
Or you know what you could do? That one that he hid for you was really big. If you cut it in half, you have 2 cornbreads.
I don't think you know how that works.
I was hoping you didn't know how that works.
It's fine.
You're not
fine.
wrong.
I'll set them aside for you. You won't be able to eat them tomorrow. We can enjoy them with honey and fresh made butter.
Tomorrow.
You
sure?
Yes.
Okay. Because I don't like, I still am going to eat it, but I don't like it quite as much when it gets that crumbly bit. So make sure it's wrapped tight wherever you put it.
Wrapped tightly in my bindle. That's not a euphemism. It's my bindle. This is what I carry around. It's a sack of things.
Why would you just tell her where it is?
Well,
that was a bad idea. It's not going to last tonight now, Booker.
To be fair, we'll see what happens.
You're going to steal it when he falls asleep.
I would never do that from my friend. I would never... I wouldn't.
I mean,
steal it.
I've been very clear with all of you, and this is a rule for you too, that nobody goes in my bindle. All right?
It's true. I've never been in his bindle.
That's exactly right, because you know what would happen if you did.
What?
I do.
Say someone went in your bindle, what would happen?
Severely, severely bad consequences.
For you or for them?
Oh, yeah. Does it hurt?
For all of the Dimwood.
Oh, wow.
Are you trying to convince me that your bindle is some kind of magical place
Oh,
of
no.
ecstasy?
We all know that, one, magic isn't real until you created it. Until you created it, is what I was going to say.
Well, there was a long pause there.
So, of course, the bindle is not magic.
History's first wizard. Wow. Well, I mean, history's not very long because it started on Thursday. But
Still impressive, though.
yeah, that's what, 4 days? And, the first wizard in 4 days.
Well, you know what they say. The best time to start was last Thursday. The second best time is to start right now. So there we go. And with that, good night. And I'm going to use my bindle as a pillow and go to sleep.
I'm going to cast Alarm.
Oh.
God.
And so what I'm going to do, and this is something that everyone except for a Bitsy is used to, I'm going to walk around the perimeter and scope it out. Then out of my pack, I'm going to open a box of cicadas. And all night long, those cicadas are going to scream. All night long. That's all.
And they're like special Dimwood cicadas. They're like this big each. And they actually go like, ah!
Good night. It's like a white noise machine.
I don't think I can sleep without it at this point.
Don't worry, Bitsy. You get used to it.
I'm sorry. But the thing is, they do get louder if someone comes near.
I'm sorry, I forgot your name. What
What are you saying?
is bindle a sex thing?
Bitsy, what are you saying? Speak louder, we can't hear you.
You gotta talk over the cicadas.
Is bindle a sex thing?
No, it's a sack of belongings, like a backpack.
A sack of bologna?
That belongings, things, my possessions. I think, you know what? I've had enough of this. Good night.
It might be. We're really not sure. It's best not to
Some
think
of us
about
are
it.
getting naked and everybody's talking about bindles.
I'm slowly drifting back into the boat. I hug the rest of my corn muffins into a pillow and sleep on them.
I just lay on my back in full armor and just go to sleep.
I stack all of my coins into a tower on my chest. And go to sleep. Fall over
Thank you so much for the follow, Necklace
you.
Attack Studio.
Welcome.
What do you do with the fire?
Oh, we would. Well, shit. If we're not, are we taking a?
Yeah, I'll take first watch.
We would probably leave it.
Yeah, well, no, we have alarm going, so I think we'd feel very confident.
Well, then we could. If we decide not to do any kind of a watch, we would put it.
No, don't put it out. No, we'll just let it burn. We'll
Keep it really long.
all night.
Yeah.
Embers. With embers.
Yeah, coals.
I'll take out my remote and turn it to lowest setting.
Yeah.
Exactly. Not the alarm, the fire.
Oh.
Wrong remote. Wrong remote.
As you see these large cicadas just fan out and just start screaming. And you're all used to it at this point.
This is nice.
Every night.
And you all drift off to sleep. And you all doze off. It's a nice, peaceful, dreamless sleep. And then you feel like it's in your mind, just a screaming, and the cicadas shriek so loudly that you're all awoken.
Oh, I assume the alarm was when they stopped screaming.
Oh, it gets even louder.
Peggy, by the heavens! I didn't know these got louder. I jump
Oh
up.
no, that must mean something happening.
It's mine! My corn muffins! What's happening?
Everyone get up! And I draw a dagger.
Everybody cast invisibility. Take your clothes off. Get into the woods.
I've got my coins.
As it is pitch black now, except for a very low glow of embers from your campfire. I need you all to make a perception check for me.
Sure.
As you hear the sound of the dimwood all around you cracking and snapping.
19.
14.
14?
17.
17.
I think this is bad.
Sorry, I'm using it. No.
It's
Great.
like, stop eating it. Dear God.
I don't think
no.
my perception's very good.
Yeah, mine's not either.
Oh, there it is. Sorry, I'm using it on my phone for the first time because my iPad's dead. Oh, no, 20.
Nice.
20.
Nice. Very nice.
So anyone who got a 17 or higher, you will see a flash of what looks like orange zip into your camp. It seems to be moving underneath a hood, and you see a snout, a canine-like snout, darting out as what looks like a young fox woman darts into your camp, and she's in this darkness with being jolted awake with all of the screaming cicadas. Are they immediately dispersed now?
No, now close the box.
They're screaming as you see her, those of you got a 17 or higher, dart in and dive behind a log that is rising up as she attempts to remain undetected. But those of you who rolled a 17 have seen her.
Who succeeded?
What is it? What is it?
Who's coming for my muffins?
Does anyone see anything?
There was some woman jumped behind that log there.
Who goes there? Who is that?
I'm gonna cast jump, and with my legs, I'm going to leap to the cicadas and close the box.
You leap over and you land right in front of a hooded girl wearing very drab browns, very clearly trying to conceal herself.
Oh, I just wanted to close the cicada.
Oh, okay, you do. Oh,
Yeah.
you do that. Okay,
I'll run over to her.
you leap, and
I'll
then
be right behind her.
You do that, and so you close the
sniff her
cicada
down.
box. And you're like, ah! As she looks at all of you and does this, shh, and she points off into the forest.
Grumley, what is it? What is it?
It's a fox girl, and she's telling us to be quiet.
Oh, jeez, we should probably be quiet.
Why?
Does it make us more quiet if we turn the alarm off, or should we keep the alarm on so they don't think anything's wrong?
I don't know. I'm jump backwards into the bushes quietly and like try to hide myself.
Yeah, I would get low, like gather my things and try to rush to where Grumley and Bitsy are, and then maybe position myself behind a tree to see what's going on and listen in.
You see her there as she looks at you, and she's very just desperately hurt. She looks absolutely exhausted. She's panting as she looks between all of you and is desperately trying to get you to shut up. Shh, shh.
Grumley, I think we're supposed to shut up.
And
Can I get a sense of if I think she means us harm?
oh, insight check.
Ooh.
Oh my!
21.
Nice.
Wow, rolling hot fire.
21. As I'll pause the music here. How do I do that?
There's a little button with two lines, or
Yeah, I
vertical
don't know,
lines
man.
parallel to each other.
I just quit out of Spotify. You, as you're quiet, you hear the sound of snapping, and you hear now that it gets louder as you hear voices shouting back and forth, as the din is coming from the direction of Pottsville. As you hear what sounds like numerous, or at the very least multiple individuals running through the woods as quickly as possible. And you hear the sounds of heavy breathing as the snapping of trees and twigs in this forest all around you starts to grow louder and louder, and you hear a voice ring out, "I think she went that way," and it's coming closer to you. Are you all attempting to steal? Or
Yeah,
what are
I'm
you
gonna
all doing?
hide. I'm gonna attempt to hide.
I need a group perception check.
Perception check?
Just stealth check, please.
Oh, this one I'm good at, allegedly.
Oh, shitty dicks.
I got a 17.
Gross.
17?
I got a 14.
Uh-oh.
I've got too many muffins in my arms. I'm
Bitch,
like,
you-
oh!
What
14?
did you get?
I got a 23. Oh, 23.
Peggy?
trying to get to my stealth.
It's weird. The skills don't scroll.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
Yeah, it's.
You have to like double scroll. It's
You have to hold and push in a weird way.
7.
Oh boy.
I got a 1.
I got a rock.
And I rolled a 2.
No, I just rolled a 1.
As you
Yikes.
hear huffing and puffing, and you hear a voice saying, "Slow down, I think that she's close. It's too quiet. What was that screaming around here?" As you see shapes, now your eyes adjusted to the darkness of this forest. It is just past a half moon. As although the woodland this far in is quite dense, you see the bits of moonlight shimmering on the faces of these, or rather shimmering on the bodies of these individuals, and you see now the glow of torchlight as it gets nearer and nearer, and there's 11 figures approaching your campsite. And you see that there are several mice, a handful of cats, and one you actually recognize. Shock of red fur, wheezing a lot more than the other ones.
No.
As you see Officer Fuzz. And you see, as they're all fanning out and searching, as you know, I think that she's around there. She can't have gone far. As they're all spreading out, you see they're moving a little bit erratically, not quite as adept at traversing this dense, dark forest. You see one figure step through very carefully, and every motion perfectly measured. As you see that while most of them are wearing very simple leathers and some a little bit patchy, you see the uniform of the town guard for Officer Fuzz. And you see now the tabards of the Marquisat on all of them. And the one at the lead is wearing a very heavy woolen coat with knee-high leather boots, and is wearing a top hat of the kind that you would see by the individuals from New Felicia. And you see that it is, you hear it first, as you see that it is on the head of a dog. As it looks around, this very stoic, stern-looking dog looks around, and you see Officer Fuzz go up to him, and he's looking around very nervous. I don't think we should be this far into the woods. There's a lot of monsters out here. She's going to be dead. And you see this dog who, Grumley, you would recognize this as some sort of hound, as some sort of an English foxhound would be for the viewers at home, would be sniffing around, and he raises his hand, and immediately Officer Fuzz goes quiet. And there's a look of disgust on his face. And confusion at first. I smell a pug. Where did you say? There are 6 of them. As he walks around. As he walks closer, and he points out in the direction, as you see as you're peering through in the underbrush. Over there. Capture them all. As it rains out, as you see then 10 of these guards, these Marquisat warriors, soldiers, rather, start to approach in your direction. What do you all do? You have just a brief moment before they're upon you.
I don't think we can take this. I'm going to look at the fox girl and just like put my hands up like, well, what do we do?
I'll leap out into the clearing. No, there's no trouble. There's no trouble.
You got to be kidding me.
Aye, sir. Sir Grumley of New Felicia reporting. I've killed all the runaways. Don't worry, it's all taken care of. They're all very dead, sir. Very nice to meet you. As you can see, military man myself. Just nothing to worry about.
As soon as he jumps into the clearing, I'm going to whisper to myself, "Oh, Grumley, don't fuck this up," and I'm going to give him Bardic Inspiration.
You do that as you leap out, and immediately there are mostly swords. You see an axe and a spear levy themselves at you. You can tell now as you jump into the clearing that these are, besides the 3 cats and this dog, this hound, everyone else is a conscripted or at least a volunteer from Pottsville. And they're mostly mice. You do see one squirrel. As they turn their weapons on you, and you can see now that these are not nearly the same kind of polished soldiers that you would see in regiments patrolling the roads, or the roads to the in between the clearings, as they all turn their weapons on you. And what was your deception roll?
Oh, deception.
Did I have you roll deception?
No, you didn't, but I can.
Yeah. Disadvantage, please.
Oh boy.
Pretty good, actually. I mean, my charisma's. I guess I'm a pretty charming dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a 4.
Oh, pubes.
Was it a 15 and an 18? It's 19.
19.
Yeah.
Pretty good. That's pretty good.
He looks at you, and he just stares. And Officer Fuzz, was that?
Do I recognize this guy at all? Do I know?
I would say that you do not. You do not recognize him. As he just simply watches, and the Marquisat soldiers are looking back and forth at each other and then at you, and Officer Fuzz looks at him and says, "Inspector Jarvis, what should we do?" And he narrows his eyes at you and says, "You're not one of mine."
I don't know what you mean by that, sir. I'm a brave knight of these lands. You may have heard of me. I see you're a hound. Very good nose, clearly. So, I mean, I don't quite share the same features, so...
No, I know that very clearly.
Wouldn't be quite as good in the same line of work.
What are you doing out in the woods? As he narrows his eyes and says, "Your armor is not polished. Certainly not a regiment."
I'm not technically in the military
Deserter?
anymore. No, not deserted. Asked to leave, actually. But I'm still using my military training for good.
Dishonorably discharged, then?
Who's to say what's dishonorable or honorable? But yes.
I'll hang my head. And so you've resorted to harboring rebels?
No, I'm resorted to vigilante justice, just like the Marquisat would want. I heard that there was some ne'er-do-wells trying to pull over a heist against the poor mouse folk of Pottsville, so I hunted them down in the woods and brutally murdered them. I cut their innards from their bellies. I sliced their throats wide open. I tore their eyeballs out from their skulls.
He's really laying it on thick out there.
I mean, Mikey's pretty convinced. So roll a deception check for me.
Yeah, plus 1 D8 if you need it.
Oh, D8? Oh, let's
Yes.
fuck. I'm 100% using it.
I was never kicked out of bars. I was always asked to leave.
Been there, man. Been there.
Pretty good.
That's much better. Nice little boost.
17.
Can't argue with that, Mike.
Yeah. you see as he is completely stone-faced, and the Marquisat warriors, soldiers, are looking like they're waiting for a command from this individual who was called Inspector Jarvis, and there's a very slight smirk that you can see, a glint of teeth in the torchlight, as he looks at you and says, "Attempting to regain your station through vigilante justice."
That's the idea, yes. I mean, it's sort of, it's worth a shot.
Resorting to lawlessness. A dog. Disgusting. You disgust me.
Well, I'm trying my best. I'm just, trying to help. The Marquis de Cat, is
You're lucky. You'll be court-martialed. Perhaps you will not be hanged. Bring the captors, then, that you have secured, and release them to my men. And we will not cut you down right here. The Marquisat soldiers begin to enclose as you see the fox girl. She's looking around and between all of you, and was very confused when Grumley was talking about and telling his story, and you can see now that she's starting to creep a little bit further away from you all.
Back off, and I'm gonna whip my halberd off. There's nothing more for you to do here. They're dead. Just go away. I'll have it handled. You're gonna have to take my word for it.
I'm growling as menacingly as possible.
Think about Remy when Derek walks in the door.
He hasn't reached that phase yet. He's prepping.
Yeah. I am imagining just Remy in a full suit of armor. I am going to.
Can I like peer through and?
You can see this whole thing. You can see this whole thing. I would say that you were well hidden enough to not immediately be seen, but he was able to smell you out, and with the Marquisat warriors would have found you anyway.
And I was aiming that at the goons that were coming towards me, not necessarily at Inspector Jarvis.
And with that, I would make an intimidation roll though very quickly for me.
26.
Nice.
They immediately turn, and we'll just use that also as a taunt roll, as they immediately turn their attention away from wherever they were heading, and they all turn to you, and they all raise their weapons, and they immediately are instinctively going to attack you. But as you swing your halberd, you are not particularly tall, but you have resolve and heart, and you're very stout.
Yes.
And so you are an absolute chonk, and so you swing it around. They are hesitating for a little moment, and
how far away are they from me?
I would say, they're probably less than 20 feet from all of you.
Oh, okay.
When I see the fox girl, starting to leave, I'm going to look at her and just whisper, "We're not leaving, Grumley. If you have to go, go, but I'm not leaving my friend."
And she looks at you and says, "You're not with them."
"What? You mean those thugs? No!"
And she looks at you and sees that Grumley is basically creating a distraction. She reaches into her hood, and at that sign to run, she places something into your hand and immediately bolts off into the forest.
I would like to, if I'm allowed, because I've been watching this, and I see that they look like they're about to advance on Grumley. Yep. I pull out a contraption, which has a chamber that houses a bunch of stink bugs.
Let's go.
It has been, you see like a tube where there's like this weird, like yellow pustulent gas that is coming from the stink bugs. And a rope that almost kind of looks like one of those like bug sprayers.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna spray stink cloud all over them.
And what I will say is that if they continue to advance after that, I'll attack them. Just
if they continue to advance.
We're gonna get stink clouded here, though.
Kind of while he's
fucked.
taunting and doing all that, I would be kind of slowly moving it, hidden in my bush, trying to get in the bush that I'm hiding in.
Could be your bush.
I would say you can while everyone else is doing that, make a stealth roll. So if you want to be completely unseen.
My goal being to just get as close to one of them while staying hidden as possible.
Yep.
And I have no fucking idea what's going on. So if I think that there's a fight about to start, I will run into it and start punching people to the best of my ability in fear, perhaps.
18.
Okay, 18. I would say with a 26 intimidation, they are so focused on you. You feel a small wooden item get pressed into your hand, and she bolts. No one even raises an ear or an eye. She disappears into the forest, hopefully completely undetected, as they descend upon. They're hesitant and they're giving you all enough of a moment, and you hear Inspector Jarvis, his voice call out very. Despite all of the chaos and the fear, the heavy breathing of his men, you hear him just very calmly say, "Kill him, capture the others." And that is immediately a trigger to you. As you see, Peggy goes Mr. Game & Watch as she pulls out this and you press the plunger.
There's a rotten egg in there that all
Oh yeah, it is all of the worst smells that you can possibly imagine as it explodes all around you, all around them and Grumley. As they burst, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Is it just damage?
No.
I think it's like a stun effect.
Oh, let's fucking.
I don't have root battle music. Oh yikes!
They all also have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oops. Sorry.
20.
Nice.
20?
That's enough.
That's enough.
I can do it at a point, so would it be possible for me to do it at a point that it doesn't hit Grumley? Because they're standing in front of him.
They're all like right there. I passed. Like I'm good.
Okay.
So I would say that you're on the edge of it. You're not immediately incapacitated. You can just step out of it. Now that you passed, I'm just going to roll once for them. They all fail. As all of them, actually, I'll roll separately for Jarvis. He gets a 14.
That fails.
Damn. What's a good battle music?
We'll have to work on the playlist. For next
If
time.
you still have access to, in an immediate way, to the.
Here we go. Yeah, this is good.
This works. I was going to say the fight that you had against the Black Dragonborn in Prime.
Yes.
The fucking slap banjo.
What mini should we use? I wasn't
Let's get a dwarf for me. Yeah, Rodic or me.
Oh yeah, the hound should be disadvantaged. He has a really good sense of smell.
Yeah, you're right.
Hound,
You're right.
So he probably
Absolutely.
Peggy needs to be the frog.
Lufty for Hazel?
Yeah, can I be that frog that's next to Greg?
Oh my god, yeah, 100%.
Jason Funderburger.
Okay, Booker can be
cute.
I take on the
Scrim isn't painted.
That's fine.
Yeah,
you can be Scrim.
Here we go.
Can I peel them off the thing?
Yeah.
Just gently.
Where's the taper mini?
And then Corey.
You mean Bitsy?
Bitsy, sorry.
I'll be the taper.
I have a Skaven.
Oh yeah, that's really good. I don't think we have the taper, do we?
Yeah, we've got a
Skaven?
taper. Sure. This will be me now. That's disgusting. All right. I was just behind. Is this?
That's Peggy.
That's Peggy. Where's Grumley?
Grumley is the dwarf.
I would be just behind
him. With that, I'm going to.
Hopefully, you can see this. Wait, they would all be at me, right? So
they would all be at you. Yeah.
So I'm here.
We're going to use Clayton as Jarvis.
And where would he be behind them?
He'd be behind them.
I would have been off in the bushes somewhere.
Yeah. I would say you can get close there. And so
wow.
the stink cloud is all kind of right around them. And so you see the foxtrot as she's sprinting in the opposite direction. And roll for initiative.
All right, let's go.
Let's fucking go.
No. Oh, natural 20.
Nice.
Ooh. Good unnatural. Kind of cute over here.
Okay. 25?
Mini.
I got a 23.
25.
22.
25 for Bitsy.
5.
22 for Booker.
20 for Hazel.
20 for Hazel. Oh my gosh, you guys are fast. 15 to 20.
I just rolled really well.
10 to 15.
14.
14 is Peggy. And then Grumley is that. Okay. 14. This is, that's Jarvis. And all of the cats, or the Marquis 8 warriors. Okay. With that, the stink cloud burst out. Hazel, you're able to sneak up, and you, despite her, despite all eyes and noses having been on you, the stink cloud is the perfect diversion as you disappear and start creeping up on them. Bitsy, you're up.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have two.
I have 2 attacks, but it's one action.
Bitsy, it's your turn.
It's a single turn.
No, the action should be to use double attack.
Yeah.
Right. So
and then you
can
should be able to
attack
attack
two
two separate things.
that's what I was asking.
I believe so.
Um,
Rich is a rules guy.
Yeah. You certainly can.
Don't you hurt my new friend?
You're the most atrocious mini right now.
I know, it's disgusting.
I think it is important we talk about stinking cloud.
Oh, right, because it's dazed, right?
I'll back you
Yeah,
up
it
now.
stays. And they are heavily obscured.
What does that mean?
It increases their AC.
How much?
I don't know.
The disadvantage.
Oh,
There's
it's disadvantage?
Is heavily obscured mean we can't see them at all?
Yes.
Shit.
Okay. And that's true about everyone, including Grumley. And
so I'm in the cloud too.
Captain
Where is the
Phantasmo.
cloud? How big is the cloud?
Yeah, what's the size of the cloud?
20-foot radius sphere.
So it'd be like here.
Yeah.
So
I would say you can make a perception check to see if you can see any of them in there.
Yeah, because it would be like swirling.
Yeah, it'd be swirling. It'd be heavy stink cloud. It's not like a complete pitch black blue.
That's stinky.
It's yellow.
Yellow, exactly right.
All right, so I can make a perception check, and if I succeed, then I can run up and hit the folks with that.
You'll be able to see them inside. Yeah.
Oh, just to see them inside? That's a 15.
A 15, that's enough.
Yeah, that is enough. I'm not going to run into the cloud of stink. Instead, what I'll do is I will look down for any rocks or something that I might be able to toss.
I would say you can find plenty of rocks.
Okay. And so I will learn how to play a monk for the first time in real time.
Doing it live.
Okay, I will pick up rocks and just start tossing them into the crowd, trying as best I can not to hit Grumley. And I will make my first attack. That's going to be a... the lowest is going to be a 16 to hit.
16 will hit, yeah.
Okay. I'll hit one for 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and the other for...
Number one?
Yeah, 9 again. That's going to be 3 and 7, let's say.
You chuck both rocks. And you hear, as they're all puking. They're all choking. The sounds of their horrible retching, it fills your nostrils as much as the stink does, as they're all gasping.
Oh, did you walk into it?
They're so confused.
Oh, okay.
No, as far as I can tell, I'm at the edge. I'm just hurling rocks into it, being like,
Fucking Pottsville sends their regards.
and I think that'll be the conclusion of my turn.
How much damage?
Actually, I'll move.
How much damage?
9 and 9.
To 1 and 2?
To
3 and 7.
7 and 3. Yeah.
9 and 9. It looks like you crack one on the head. They're wearing armor, but these are not super trained soldiers. Okay.
Damn. Why didn't this work? All right.
With that, it's Booker's turn.
All right. I'm not even going to make a perception check to see if they can hear me, because what I want to do doesn't require... They just need to be able to hear me, I believe. Creature of your choice within range that can hear.
Yep.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is, like, I'm going to take this wooden thing, and without really looking at it or thinking about it, I'm going to stick it in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
That this fox girl gave me, thinking that I need to save my friend Grumley and make sure everybody's okay. I'm going to, like, creep through the woods and just skirt around the edge of this cloud to where I last saw the inspector.
Okay.
Did we hear him say his name?
You heard Officer Fuzz say his name is Inspector Jarvis.
All right. I'm gonna, like, try to creep around the edge of this cloud to see where he is. And I'm gonna say, "Hey, Jarvis, we all know that all you've done your whole life is look for your father's respect, and you've never been able to find it. You just wanted to open up a flower shop, but your father wanted you to go into the military. So here you are, just trying to do your absolute best and please your father, and you'll never ever have his approval." And I'm going to use Dissonant Whispers on him. So I need you to make a...
That's some pure caprice action.
Wisdom
right
16 saving throw.
Wisdom?
Yeah.
Your dad thinks you suck. You were disappointed.
I rolled a natural 5, so he fails.
All right, he's going to take 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use his reaction.
Okay.
Yeah, the reaction consequence is brutal.
Oh my god.
That sucks.
He'll take 3 damage.
3 damage? Fucking believable.
I roll minimum damage. On my d6s, they usually roll max damage.
I have to go and find out what the percentage of that is.
It's 1 times 6 times 6. 6 times 6 times 6.
And so what does he use his reaction to do?
Whatever he wants.
If available, to move as far away as the speed allows from you. The creature does not move into obviously dangerous ground, such as fire or a pit. On a successful save, he takes half as much damage and he doesn't have to move away. A deafened creature automatically fails the save. Yeah, he has to use his reaction to move, but I'm pretty sure the Stinking Cloud, like, prevents movement, right?
No.
So no, he can run. He can run. So,
0.46% chance. Not even half
Yeah, it's
a percent.
pretty low.
Half a percent.
you see him as he's... and he's still trying to reserve himself, but he is still very shocked. And he stops as you say all of this, Booker. And there's a realization as you use those biting words and try to attack his deepest traumas, and you see a single tear run down his face. And he says, "I wanted to make you proud, Daddy," and he turns around and just bolts in the other direction.
Amazing.
He has 40 speed of movement. And with that, is that your turn?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Hazel, you're up.
All right. Can I see 3 in front of me if he's in the cloud here?
Make a perception check and see.
A 10.
A 10? I will say you can attack him. I actually think a 10 is fine, yeah.
Oh.
10 is the DC.
Well, thank you. So from my crouched position in the bush, I have my little adorable camper's walking stick with a little acorn on the top, and I'll flip it around, and the bottom is actually quite pointy. And I will take a moment to steady my aim at this guard in front of me, and then I will lunge forward and poke him.
Okay.
Making an attack.
You'll be fine. You'll
6
be
plus
fine.
8. Yeah, whatever that is.
Oh, 12? 14.
14?
14 points of damage?
No, 14 to hit.
14 hits him, yeah.
Okay.
14 is the AC.
And so, because I took my steady aim and gave myself advantage, I will get sneak attack damage on him.
So these have more than 9 hit points apiece.
Yes.
Yeah, these are not minions.
They're like legit soldiers.
Outrageous.
Outrageously bad.
Again with 3 ones.
Yeah.
4 ones. So 13 damage.
13. This is a cat, and he's got shaggy gray fur. He's puking.
Is he a Maine Coon?
If he's sure, exactly. And there's puke all in his Maine Coon fur, and now blood. As you take your stick and you pierce him through the chest, he spits up blood, and it's really disgusting as his eyes roll back and collapses down. Dead.
I just meant to poke him! Oh!
He's dead.
You just pull him off.
Yeah, you can get rid of him.
Oh, jeez!
Okay, is that your turn?
That's my turn. My movement
is he continuingly under the?
Well, if he failed his saving throw, it says that he lost his turn. He loses his turn for the stinking cloud, but I guess that doesn't affect his reaction.
That's at the start of his turn now. So because he's no longer in it, he wouldn't be affected.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for him real quick. As he runs away, he's going to sniff and see as all of his soldiers are puking and retching, and you have basically ambushed them. And he hears the death throes and the cries as they're all completely helpless. He takes one look at the battlefield and he says, "I will not forget this pug." And he turns around and he just sprints in the other direction.
For life.
I love it.
I'm so dead.
Okay, Peggy, you're up.
Fireball's not a concentration. So I'm going to take a bottle that's clearly got moonshine in it. And on the top, there is a match and a bit of abrasive attached to a string. And as I throw the bottle, I hold on to the string. And as the string pulls, the match lights, the bottle explodes and crashes down on them as I fireball. So I'm sorry,
You throw this bottle of flaming moonshine into the crowd of these Marquisat soldiers.
86.
Yeah, that's why it's so good.
You gotta roll Dex too.
Yeah, so dexterity savings are up.
Womp womp.
No.
It's probably not very good.
So 5, 9, 10,
I think you need to be anywhere between 14 and 17.
18, 21, 24 points of damage.
That could be worse.
Yeah, I just probably won't.
Could be better.
Yeah, I'll roll a 10 total.
That fails.
24 points of so if they succeed, they barely survive. So I'm just gonna roll down the chain and see. The two that the Cordy hit are killed instantly.
The other one died.
The other one.
Finish
Okay,
the other one.
Got it. So we're gonna roll for 1. He dies. 2. What's the DC?
16.
16. He dies. 3. If he's still alive.
No.
4. He dies.
5.
5 survives.
Woo!
5 survives. 6. He dies.
8.
8. He dies.
9.
9. He dies.
10.
He survives. He survives.
Oh my god.
He survives.
Oh gosh.
So
Carnage.
it is an absolute horror show. As the stinking cloud, it's not just stink. Now it's burning alcoholic stink. And bodies. As burning cat hair, burning mouse fur. The squirrel is dead. As you hear the screams of these Marquisat soldiers as the fire ignites, they're puking and screaming. It is absolutely disgusting. And there are two more that are retching as they're going to make their turn and attempt to succeed the Constitution saving throw.
Jesus, just run! Save yourself!
Natural one. I'm gonna roll for. So that was number 10.
So he loses his turn.
Number 5. That's a 17.
That passes.
That one is gonna be Officer Fuzz.
That's narratively good.
As he is cut, his fur is singed. He has a large jowls, and all of his whiskers are burning. As he just is puking, and
I'm picturing the cat from Fightful Goes West.
Yes, exactly right. Exactly. Oh, that's his voice now. Oh gosh. As he starts, Officer Fluff out as he starts running, and he is terrified. He is going to start.
Lucky he didn't use the old lazy eye.
He's going to use feline agility in order to move double 30 times to sprint is be 30 as 60, and then feline agility doubles it.
So he gone.
Let's take a look. I've got that.
He's off the map.
It is.
You
can double your speed until the end of turn. That's it.
Yes, so he's going to move 120 feet away from me, Inspector Jarvis, as he's going to start running desperately, clinging onto life.
As he leaves my reach, because I have a halberd, I will use my reaction to make an opportunity attack.
Please do.
Non-lethal.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to turn around and try to trip him. I'm just going to try to trip him.
Thank you
so much.
Oh, thanks, Ricky.
I'm disadvantaged because I'm still in the stink cloud.
Yeah.
Oh, and I...
Is it the start of your turn?
It's at the start of
so
your
I don't
turn.
have to con save.
That was just more for flavor.
Okay, natural 1. I miss.
Very good. You swing at him as he starts running. His fur is burning. He's bleeding. There are tears streaming down his eyes. He is very full of corn-based sweets and goods and products.
Unfortunate.
I don't know how you feel.
Unfortunate for
As
him.
he runs in the direction that Inspector Jarvis made his way to. And the other one is puking. Grumley, you're up.
I will, after having missed, and then I'm going to come and non-lethally attack.
Oh yeah, you gotta roll the Constitution saving throw.
Looks good for me.
Passes, I'm sure.
16.
Yeah, I pass. I will make a disadvantage non-lethal hit just to knock this guy out.
Okay.
This might hit.
I'm surprised that the two most important NPCs thus far have survived.
By sheer luck.
I mean, if I made the other guy.
Kim has a great point. We need to make ear headbands for our characters.
Oh, I have one. I sure got
You got yours. Yeah, you got
I had them from Root.
Oh, that's a great idea.
I wanted to get a hat, but I have to look online to see if I can find a beat.
Okay,
I got a 14.
A 14 to hit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's their AC.
Okay.
I said it earlier, check the tapes.
Oh, Zach, I thought you said you were going to burger off
8.
for the night. I'm really hungry.
This is one of the remaining cats. So you've slaughtered the local denizens, and now the occupying cats you finish off as you take your halberd, flip it around, and just knock him on the head. And there's almost just a sweet relief from being burnt and throwing off in this horror show that's around him as he sees like, oh, thank you.
It's a mercy putting
as
down.
He hits the ground.
I don't say killing because he's alive.
As he hits the ground.
I'll step out of the underbrush.
Oh.
And that is why I call myself the great and powerful Peggy.
That really went pear-shaped really quickly. You know, if we weren't criminals before, we are now.
I think I killed someone.
Well, I think we killed a lot of people. Look, there's like 9 bodies here.
That is the first time I've ever cast my fireball. I don't know where I'm going to get another match.
There's broken glass everywhere.
Peggy, you've become more powerful than God.
I told you I created magic.
I'm pretty sure she is, God.
What are we going to do with these smoldering corpses?
I don't think we're going to do anything.
This guy's still alive. I didn't have the heart to kill him.
I leave him here and let nature reclaim the flesh.
I can heal him.
The fox girl took off and she gave me, that reminds me. And I'll reach in my pocket and I'll go grab the...
I can't believe she just leave us like that.
This wooden
Interrupt
token.
our sleep and bring all that noise upon us and then run.
What you find is an etched medallion that seems to be carved into the top of an acorn. And it seems to be, you see a splash of green, as it looks to be a closed gloved fist with 3 orange triangles on it. As it seems to be just a strange little carved medallion on the top of an acorn.
I'll hold it up. This is all it was, some sort of medallion. Have I ever seen this symbol before?
You know. Why don't I make a history check?
I would love to.
And because, you are from Muckbed Creek. Can we get the map?
That's right, I am.
And thank you so much, Miss Redtail, for this Redtail twist of faith. Muckbed Creek. I also make it an advantage.
I feel weird doing sexy
Here, you
noises
take
when
over.
we're cute little woodland.
Yeah, let's do like cute noises.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Ready here, really.
Just one? Just one?
Yeah,
Just one.
Oh.
That was pretty cute.
That's cute.
19.
Thanks.
You
Don't make it weird, Derek.
you see you recognize the symbol.
Don't make it weird, Derek.
You recognize the symbol.
Don't make it weird, Derek.
You recognize this symbol. This you had seen it you had seen it on some paraphernalia of some shady looking customers talking in secret, meeting in tavern bars after they've closed. And you know that this is associated with the Rebels of the Forest, the Woodland Alliance.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
What?
Well,
What is it?
you know me. I really don't like to get involved with all these politics and wars and things. And, well, this is certainly the symbol of the Woodland Alliance. And those are some shady characters. I certainly don't know any of them personally, but they, they're always meeting and doing things under the cover of darkness. I mean, surely they must be up to something against the Marquis. They have to be. But I don't know. Maybe that girl was with them. She just put this in my hand and ran.
Do you think she's part of it?
Certainly
Or she
possible.
was trying to frame you. So that
Oh.
if they captured us,
That's
you
very
would
nice.
have that symbol on you and they'd be like, well, this schmuck.
The only reason I don't think that's the case is she asked me if we were with them. And I told her that we weren't. And she handed me this.
Because she wanted you to appear like you were.
I didn't get that vibe.
Maybe she wants us to find the group.
For what purpose?
I don't know. Give the acorn back.
But they want to overthrow the Marquis.
They're definitely up to something.
I mean,
Those are the whispers, for sure.
the Marquis has brought industry and jobs to the Dimwood.
Yeah, but they also woke us up in the middle of the night and tried to kill us.
Yeah, but then we killed all them.
Yeah, but
They were just doing their
they
job.
started it,
Look,
really.
to be fair, they were already in the process of dying anyway.
Aren't we all?
That's my point.
Oh, you're so wise.
They're definitely going to be looking for us. Our faces are going to be on wanted posters in no time.
Did they see us? Or just
Well,
Grumley?
they did see Grumley,
They
so I think
showed
it'll
me.
be his face on
Well,
the flyer.
They know I'm a pug.
Officer Fuzz survived, and he saw all of us run from Pottsfield.
Oh no. We should really get going.
Yeah,
You guys
I'm
think
going
we
to wrap
can
this
go back
thing
to
up and stick it
Pottsville?
in my bag. What?
You think we can go back to Pottsville now?
I think that's the last place we ought to go.
That's where Officer Fuzz lives. I don't think we can go back there.
But that's for my homies.
You said they were going to kick you out.
Oh, you were leaving is what you told us.
Bitsy, you're one of us now. Your home is on the open... well, not so open. Really, it's just kind of sneaking around in the woods mostly.
And because Hazel's putting in very nice terms, what she's saying is that you're an accessory to murder. As we all are now.
You know, you're an outlaw, like one of us.
Yes, but most importantly, an accessory to murder.
Yes, so I would suggest that you spend some time with the box and get to know the cicadas. This is Cindy, Carl, Chance, Chauncey, Chester.
That was Chandler.
Oh, Chandler.
Chevy.
Chase.
Well, hi. What's an accessory?
It's,
The cicada scream.
No. I don't even think we should stay here. We can't camp the rest of the night here. An accessory is
we
kind of
technically could.
It's like a necklace or a scarf.
Oh.
So it's not like you are the main event to murder. You're the scarf to murder.
Like when I play Minecraft.
I don't know what that means.
It's like a craft, but it's mine.
Sure. I think... Does that make sense?
No.
I think it does. Let's say yeah.
I think we should probably
go!
No, we should stay here. Think about it this way. We just killed a bunch of people. You all did.
You did most of it,
No,
to be
that was
fair,
mostly
Daddy.
you. I mean, you nearly killed like a dozen people.
Yeah, I just tried to talk to the inspector and he ran away.
I just didn't realise
Which was
how
weird.
close in the smoke he was. I just stabbed out and there. Oh gosh, I cut all of him then.
Yeah, there's blood on your walking stick.
It just ran through. I mean, it was...
I haven't re-stained this wood in a while. It's going to stain. Not the good stain. I don't want the blood stain. I was hoping for like a nice mahogany.
My point is, if they were going to come looking for us, the last place they would think we was going to stay is the place where we killed everyone. They're quite literally going to go. They're not that stupid.
Well, they'll probably recover the bodies for their families.
Oh, God.
I
didn't think he had a family, did you?
They're not much bodies left for them to retrieve, to be quite honest.
You recognize all of them.
I think that we should trust the creator of the world.
What?
What's that mean? You're always so cryptic.
Well, Peggy created the universe. She created magic. I think that we should all listen to what she
On
said.
last Thursday, Peggy created light.
Well,
and magic.
Look at her. She holds the power of 1,000 suns in the palm
Oh,
of her hand.
About 30 seconds ago, she created shit in my pants.
Taking inspiration.
Which one of you cowards created shit in my pants?
It just emerged.
Killa says the name of your staff is Rich Mahogany Murder.
That's true. Now it is. There's no way I'm staying here. We can't stay here. I mean, I'm not sleeping next to these dead bodies. The smell, the hair.
It's terrible.
I'm covered in burn wounds. Look at me.
I'm not even hungry. It smells so bad. I mean, I could snack a little, but not even a full meal. I swear.
Let's at the very least get away from this place and at least head towards where we're going, and maybe we can find a place to camp out for the night.
Peggy, what do you say?
I think the booker comes up with a lot of really good ideas, and so I think if Hazel can't even eat a full meal next to this, it's probably not the right place.
I mean, look at it. It's covered in disgusting stink.
One of their skins pops.
You know, I've been wandering.
They're starting to look like chicharrones.
Yeah, I've been wandering for a very long time, and this is easily one of the most disturbing things I've ever witnessed.
It smells like a combination of farts and burnt turds.
That's exactly what it is, Grumbly. I'm gonna go.
That's literally what it is.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm gonna go. Don't you know, when you die, you shit yourself, and they would die on fire, so that's literally what it is.
All right. Let's walk this way. And as I'm trying to like corral everybody, and like I look over my shoulder and I think to myself, oh my god, the way that one guy went up in flames and was dancing, and I'm like pushing us towards the woods.
Wait, isn't one of them still alive?
He's not our problem now, Bitsy. We have to go.
Booker, you hear, as you're pushing everyone away, you hear something. And you hear, Booker.
What?
You turn around.
What? Yes, I do turn around.
And you see the flash of a mouse skull as you see the screaming, shrieking skull of a mouse Marquisate soldier burning alive. It replays in your mind just for an instant, and then you suddenly look down and he's just staring up. Just a horrible burnt corpse, but not moving.
I will wipe sweat from my brow. Hurry, move along, quickly.
Are we sure we shouldn't help that guy?
No, walk forward, go. And I'm going to be almost aggressive as I like pull Bitsy along and
I'm sobbing and pull out a corn muffin to dry my tears and then eat it a little bit.
Delicious.
Well, I personally think that went swimmingly well. It could have been so much worse.
Is this what your days are like and your nights are like all the time?
Not usually. No, I think that's the most exciting it's been in a while, but I am new to the magic thing, so I might have gone a little overboard.
We've been pretty good at avoiding conflict for the most part, but that was something else.
Exceptionally violent. I didn't think it was going to completely, melt the skin off of their bones, so I at least know my magic's improving.
I think that person's gonna die. We just left him out there. He's just gonna die.
At least he'll wake up surrounded by his
Should I go back? I'm fast. I can just go back.
No. If you go back alone, you'll be picked off by something, anything. Who knows? Whether it be them coming back to pick up the bodies like Rumley suggested or some horrific monster. We're sticking together. We're moving forward, all right?
We bring him with us and then, we can heal him on the way.
We're already out here, so... he's at least 20 steps back.
Yeah,
he's literally 20 steps.
We've already come so far, Rumley. I don't know.
I'm just going to go back. It's like 20 steps.
I feel like if anybody's going to get lost in 20 steps, it's you.
And to be fair,
legs.
You're carrying all of your coins in your hands, so how are you going to pick him up?
I forgot my coins. I got to go back for my coins.
I'll go back with Bitsy and pick up the guy.
All right, we'll wait here. I can't get back. I can't get close to the bodies again.
All right.
Did we not want to kill him? Did I overstep?
All right, mate. Here we go. Come on. You're going to be okay, maybe.
We didn't really go into it with a plan. I think, we all just tried our best.
At the end of the day, it was them or us, but good Lord, Peggy. Good Lord.
He's a newfound thing. It's going to take me a while to learn how to control him.
Yeah.
Kimma. Bitsy's money is called Bitcoin.
It's pretty clever.
You pick up this soldier, barely breathing, barely hanging on, but you can, although he's unconscious, you can hear the shallow breath. Most of his fur is very heavily singed, but you manage to pick him up, and with your strength, and as long as you're deliberate about it, you'll be able to carry him.
Sorry about all of your fur.
Wait, what kind of animal was he?
He's a cat.
Cat?
He's a cat, yep.
We're going to be able to help him out.
You can help him?
I think maybe. I got some sap and stuff.
All right, well, I might be able to help him too. I'm pretty, I can invigorate pretty well,
I could finish the job if we want to make it quick.
No. Well, actually, now that you bring that up, what are we going to do with him? We can't just bring him to Click Clock Crossing. I mean, they're going to be like, where did you get this smoldering, very smelly, nearly corpse-ish person? And we're going to be like, Peggy lit them on fire. So what's the plan here, Grumley?
Oh, you're right, and here's a soldier that can corroborate it all.
I thought you were knocking him unconscious just to leave him so that he could be recovered. Not that we were going to babysit him. Oh Jesus, he smells.
Maybe we can.
Why are his pants only half brown?
Oh God! No, I have to sit down. I have to go over here and sit down.
Is this a new form of linen, calico linen? The front's yellow, the back's brown, and right near his ankles it's tan.
I don't think about it.
Yeah. I'm gonna reach in my pack and uncork a bottle of like whiskey and like pour myself a little bit in a tin cup. Yeah, please, Grumley, tell us what the plan is now, Grumley.
I don't know what the plan is. I'll just feel bad, okay?
And as you see, like a lot of the fur is singed off, and like, but you get a sense that it is actually a calico cat.
Oh no!
In calico pants.
Well, do you want to try to help him?
Well, I could try.
All right, well, here you go. And I'm just holding the cat.
Hey, wake up. Are you okay? Is everything gonna be alright? How you feeling, buddy? Is everything gonna be alright? What's going on? Hey. He seems like he might be dead already.
He certainly smells dead.
He smells dead, and he's breathing very shallowly.
Well, let me try a little. I got my pocket right here.
What are you pulling out?
A salve.
You gotta work it all in.
And I will apply it to the burn wounds in a very general, broad stroke, rough manner, and just work the entire body, just stroking and getting in through the. Yeah.
Somehow he smells worse now.
It's like buttering under a turkey.
No, Bitsy, stop! You're making things worse. This certainly can't be helping.
It's gonna be fine.
I'm not a doctor, but this is not right.
And I will take 2 actions if I can to heal him quite a bit. He's healed 14 points.
Chat saying that you remind them of the pervy neighbor from Family Guy.
But I'm not doing the
Herbert. I knew it started with an H.
I'm not doing the whistle talk.
No.
The thing that's really crazy about that character is that every sound has that. Yeah, it's the crazy.
Well, sure.
And also, I need to bring it down. I'm way too high right now. This first session is like the weirdest fucking version of this character.
Well, we're not gonna get into our voices, you know. It takes some time.
I mean, my characters, their voices, their names change. It's rude, you know. You do that, and it's just very rough, and it's just like. He's just a complete ragdoll. It's flaking off. It smells terrible. But whatever strange sort of foraging that you've done in the woodland,
I pick up everything
that very few would venture out. And although your friends don't really realize you're being an outcast for your heretical ideas and how much you've gone into the forest to gather herbs, you become a vagabond in your own right, and just have finally found a band of vagabonds to join with. And
to vagabond with.
Oh,
I should have thought about that. Vagabond, take an inspiration.
Thank you. It turns out that the vagabonds were the friends we bonded with along the way. Oh God, Bitsy, please hurry up.
Stay away from my vaga.
As he is completely covered, and you see as it actually works very quickly as the breathing steadies and the wounds that he has and the horrible, I guess all of this entirely burns, as it starts to like his skin starts to return pink, and you actually see the fur starting to sprout out. He's still unconscious for 4 hours.
He's crusty and juicy, but
I think he's gonna be okay. I think that the forest poultice was able to do its work.
All right, that's great. Now what do we do with him? Now what?
Well, we should leave him here with some corn products, maybe. You know, he's going to get hungry when he wakes up.
Well, did you save any corn products?
How do you know he's going to be hungry? We're just going to give him our food because you think he's going to be hungry?
Well, he's had a rough day.
Well, I'm already hungry.
Wow, that was quick. Really, right after the massacre. All of a sudden you're hungry now.
I said I was a little snacky before. And now that the smell's worn off a bit.
She just killed a guy. She stabbed him
It's
right
hungry
through.
work.
I didn't realise your stick was so sharp.
I didn't read that, actually.
I thought it
I
would
should
be
really
more
put
of
a
like
cap on that.
That was impressive.
I guess it's just from all the walking it whittled it down to like a really.
You think we should probably like leave a note in his chest? Not in his chest, on his chest.
Peggy the horror.
that says like, "Sorry, we burned your friends alive. Magic is a new thing for us."
Well, we shouldn't apologise. You know, it sort of lowers our cred. Especially for trying to get in with these, Woodland Alliance. Not that I'm for that at all.
Well, yeah, who says we're getting in with the Woodland Alliance?
But in case we find them and they're kind of cool, and we need to get in, we shouldn't, be sorry. And maybe we should. I feel bad, but,
I didn't think I was gonna burn their flesh off of their bones, is all I'm saying. I thought I could just drop some fire on them and they'd run away.
I mean, when you use a spell called Fireball, you named it Fireball.
Yeah, because it creates a ball of fire with pure magic.
Clearly.
That's an understatement.
Have you ever done that before?
I've tested smaller versions of it, but this is the first time I've used a full mason jar of moonshine. So, and the combination with the stinking cloud as I think what made that really loud boom when they hit.
I feel like that's not too bad. For someone who created the whole universe, that's only a little smidgen of your power.
Yeah, to be fair, it really is.
Well, yeah, I'm going to leave him with a corn muffin. All I'm doing is put a corn muffin.
Well, it better be one of your corn muffins because the only corn products that I have left are the ones that I'm saving for her tomorrow for the honey and the butter.
I'm glad you remember. I didn't want to be rude and have to remind you.
The face of that guy that you lanced like a boil is going to haunt me for the rest of my lives.
It is my own corn muffin, okay? I took it from my own pack. I had it. I bought it at the bake sale.
We were doing so well. And now look what we got mixed up in.
You didn't notice there was a bake sale because you stole everything.
That's right.
There was raising money for sick children.
Oh.
And I didn't exactly steal everything. I was taking alms. There's a difference. Those people were very happy to give us their money. They thought it was going for a cause.
If you're sick, you're really not going to be that hungry anyway, so it's not like they need it.
Well, they're released. Look, I bought some baked goods from the bake sale, is all, and I have some of my own stuff. With my own money. We can buy stuff.
Well, that's why we stole the money, yes.
Well,
Did you have any more of those Thin Mints that you bought off of that girl in that weird green uniform?
Oh,
I
no.
didn't see her.
I think we ran out of those like a week ago.
You didn't give me any. What's a Thin Mint?
It's like this really delicious cookie thing. It's, thin and minty.
Everything
It was a little squirrel scout.
Yeah, it was a Squirrel Scout, and she was. It was like 5 silver a box.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, they were very aggressive in the marketing
And
tactics.
they would only take silver. Like I couldn't even give them 1 gold for 2 boxes. It had to be 5 silver pieces.
That's how they get you.
I know.
And it's like, you don't even really want to buy a box, but they force it on you. You feel obligated.
They wouldn't even take credit from the bank.
Highway robbery.
Anyway, no one touched this corn
And
muffin.
they get you with their small girly wiles, where they're like, "But I'm a Squirrel Scout," and then you just all of a sudden you have 15 boxes of cookies, and you're like, "How the fuck am I going to eat all these cookies?"
That's right. We could all learn a thing or two from them.
I always like the Samoas.
They're always out of those ones.
Oh shit! I forgot my coins.
We are at least 20 feet away from your coins again, though.
All right, we've left the guy a corn muffin. What are we going to do now? Leave him a note with a frowny face that's like, don't come after us. Here's a corn muffin. It's a little bit of a mixed message.
We don't have to leave him a note. He'll understand what to do with the corn muffin.
I go and get my coins.
No, I'm more worried about what he's going to do when he finds the smoldering remains of his comrades.
Well, maybe then I'll carry him at least a mile away. Then I'll drop him down in the woods. No, you know what? I'm going to carry him to the edge of the forest because the forest is very dangerous when you're unconscious for 4 hours.
I hope that when you go back to get him, there's like a wolf eating him or something. Drawn in by the corn muffin.
I go back to get him.
He's dead.
Were you also going back to get your coins? Did you get
I got my coins.
Okay. You walk past Bitsy as she carries her coins, and you go back to grab him. And in the dead of night, you see a bunch of eyes. Glowing red eyes and in the treetops and in the bushes as they've been descending closer and closer to him. And as soon as you step forward with your loud clanging armor, they immediately skitter and you find this calico cat with the corn muffin on.
I will pick him up.
Okay.
Then I will say, it's all right. I'm going to get you through the woods. And I'll take him to with the group.
Okay. You eventually you hear like a kind of a strange insectoid screech or hiss rather as you step away and you take away the prey of these creatures of the forest and you rejoin the group.
All right. Well, I guess we'll just take him to the edge of the clearing, and then we'll just leave him there, and then we'll. I guess he'll be close.
No, this is fine. There's absolutely no way this will bite us in the ass.
Well, he might appreciate it. We saved his life.
I think that's a really nice thing that you did. Ooh, a corn muffin. Oh, shit.
It's a miracle.
The rest of you take inspiration. You guys have just been fucking nailing it.
Bitsy, it's a miracle that you haven't drowned in a bowl of soup thus far.
I hate soup.
Well, that explains it a little bit, I suppose.
How far are we from Click Clock?
You would probably need to travel, probably going on a direct. You pulled the map. Pulled the map.
I think what we should do while we're looking at the map, theoretically looking at a map, we should travel to the edge of the forest. We'll leave him a place that you feel comfortable. We'll just find a place to spend the evening. They have to have an inn or something, and we can spend the money that we just got from our spoils. And we'll just lay low at the inn, all right? Until morning, and we'll decide what to do. Is that reasonable?
That's fine. Yeah, I just think it would be nice to sort of, give this guy a chance.
Right, so we'll leave him on the edge of the clearing, and we'll get out of there. And we'll spend the night at an inn, even if we only get a couple hours of rest.
All right. Let's do it.
Okay. I'll say for you hear the snapping of branches as you make your way through. As you see what might be a gigantic spider making its way to its burrow, but you're able to avoid it.
Oh,
you know these woods after being vagabonds for as long as you have. You know them well, and being a little bit more careful. You can see through the canopy of this dense wood, the sun peeking through as morning arrives, as you walk through the night, carrying this salved calico cat and your coins. And eventually you hear a faint distant buzzing. But it's not that growling, monstrous buzzing of that huge fly you had seen what seems like so long ago. It sounds like dozens, hundreds, thousands of bees as you see the forest start to get less and less dense and become more sparse. As you take probably another 15 minutes and you see the large clearing town of Click Clock Crossing. And as if on cue, you hear a loud gong of the massive bell tower that is at the center of this clearing. You hear the sound of bees through the dozens of apiaries in the hills that are in this clearing. This place seems relatively beautiful, and you see the sleepy town start to awaken as it's just past dawn, as you see many bunny burrows and mostly rabbits and hares and bunnies making their way, waking up to get to work. You see that there are, however, many cats and otherwise marquisate tabarded soldiers patrolling the streets. You see at the center of this town, not too far from the clock tower, what looks to be what had once been a massive ancient tree that has since been cut down and carved into what looks like a grand palace or grand mansion looking over the entire city. And you see the various windmills windmills throughout the town on the hills. You see the various water mills along the river. You see some rafts making their way up and down, piloted by otters. And you make your way to the outskirts of civilization in this clearing, where you think that you could make your way comfortably without being detected. And it's at this point you hear the regimented marching of what sounds like, once again, local police force. You would pass a recruitment center, or far off in the distance you had seen a recruitment center. You hear the sounds of workshops, the industry and the civilization that the Marquisate has brought, but it's also brought war and recruitment for soldiers. And you hear the clanking of chains as you see off down a long street in this town of Click Clock Crossing. You see a 4-city guard pulling a chain gang of woodland critters of all sorts of species. None of them cats. As they are yanked along at the head, you see not Gordon Ramsay, but a huge hulking ram. Jeez. That's an absolute beastly, muscular, hunched and ugly.
I bet his name is Chad.
Ugly beast, as he has a very strong underbite with 2 large stubbly teeth, looking incredibly dumb, but yanking this chain gang along towards what looks like a
we've got a no signal camera. We'll use this as an opportunity for a quick coffee break. Because I need to have a coffee break.
What the hell?
It's okay. So just need to be restarted?
You were on a roll, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
What in the hell? Thanks for bearing with us.
It wouldn't be Root without technical difficulties. It's bringing it back.
Classic.
I need to order more of these. What's these?
Just the cables?
Just the cables, yeah.
Like the power cable, or like is it an actual transmission cable?
It's the power.
Oh, so is the camera like just
I think that it's stressed.
Yeah, it's we don't have a good way to like.
Oh yeah,
it's
I
just
see.
sort of hanging.
I see.
Classic.
There we go.
Here we go.
There we go.
Boom. Welcome.
We'll get that fixed.
Yeah, we're gonna order new cobblers.
And this is why your Patreon support.
Yes, the Patreon support is so appreciated. Thank you. As we order more.
Did we get Miss Redtail's
Yes,
cheer?
we did. Thank
Cool.
you again, Miss Redtail.
Thanks again.
For the.
Just want to make sure we didn't miss anybody.
It's another twist.
Kim said, "What are the messages?"
Back up to the otters and then continue from that point.
Okay, we'll rewind it.
Yeah.
Rewind it, give it another go. Camera couldn't handle all the funny. Yeah, we try.
Yeah,
the first time it's done that on stream. You know, it's funny that we play a campaign from 2019, and it's like the first night that we've had 2019 level technical difficulties.
It's the curse of Root.
In years.
Like literally the curse years. Of Shredon, it's the curse of
Very
Root.
interesting. Very interesting. Well, I mean, it's kind of at that point where things just kind of start falling apart, right?
Yeah, for the new folks, how about a quick recap of sort of where we're at, the backstory of Root, and how we came to be playing it.
Yeah, while we wait to finish the break, it won't be too much longer here. We are playing in the world of Root. It's called the Woodland in the game, but I have named it the Dimwood and created my own version of the Woodland. We originally did it for the Root RPG, the tabletop RPG, a Powered by the Apocalypse style game made by Magpie Games. And we're playing this in Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition and just playing in the world of the Dimwood. Just in the universe, the same setting and the same characters, but all of those adventures are non-canon to this. And it is, and they basically met a friend named Bitsy and have encountered a dog, an inspector, Jarvis, who was tracking a fox. A hound was tracking a fox, who seemed to be part of a Woodland Alliance, rebels in this Woodland, who are working against both the Erie dynasties and the Marquisat, the two major powers fighting for control of this place. And they've arrived at the next town over. So,
yeah. And just go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, just to give you more like an idea of like what we're doing for our characters and adapting it to like 5e. For example, like you're a dwarf, like on paper, but you're a pug or like a dogkin or dog folk.
Yeah,
and I'm a tabaxi, but I'm a raccoon folk, right? And like we're just flavoring all of it to work in a way that works with D&D 5e, but you know, is thematically within the theme, thematically in the theme of Root.
Yeah, and I want to save some of this for Adventures and Chill, but like what it enabled us to do was to really like just throw characters in D&D Beyond and sit down at this table and just play the characters again. If we were to try to spin back up PBTA, it would have taken dozens of hours of reading the books, learning, teaching everybody, and kind of just getting used to it. And so it's just easy for us to jump back in and do it that way.
Yeah. And most of us already had characters.
Yeah.
Peggy obviously underwent some shifting. And then Bitsy is new, but
Brumnar says, so far they seem like murder hobos with RP, LOL.
Yeah, I mean, to a degree, right? I mean, like
they're vagabonds in a woodland war, and so that's some of the charm of Root, where it's all of these cute woodland critters, but it's a game of war. It's a game of woodland might and right. These animal folk are fighting and killing each other. And death and bloodshed and war is part of, you know, and the characters reacted appropriately. They're not murdering a ton of people, but it's not like, oh, you know, it's untoward to kill someone who's trying to kill you.
You know, and the way I like to think of it, and I think Mike has done a good job setting this up thus far, is that the clearings themselves are like civilization, right? And that is where like war is happening between like the factions. And then the woods, the spaces in between are like where the civilized people don't go because it's fucking dangerous. So you have this weird position or place as a vagabond where like you're in the clearings and you're watching the, you know, kind of like the war things happen between the peoples, and then when we're going through the woods, we're dealing with, you know, crazy creatures that we have to deal with. So it's like it's this weird kind of really cool juxtaposition between like nature and man and all the different stuff that are going on.
Ricky says Hazel is a chipmunk thief, so she must have a nutsack.
Wow.
Steal something, right?
Exactly right.
That's exactly right. It's also just because like your name would be on the sack.
Yeah.
Right? So Hazel
passed down to me
sack.
from my father.
Yeah, so it's the family nut sack.
What?
Yeah.
What is your grandmother's name?
My grandmother? I have my entire immediate family family, but I cannot go back a generation.
Oh my goodness, the Groggy Bottom Boys are in business. We have to sing our number one hit single. Oh, we're going to save that for another day.
We gotta
Just wait.
We gotta save it.
Wait.
If you know the Avengers Deep lore, you know
we're going down. That's all I'll say.
I don't know how many people could possibly know about that outside of us. I feel like we haven't mentioned it much.
It was in the Feywild one shot, in
Yeah.
that Candyland one shot.
Oh, that. I meant the song.
Oh, no.
Because that's immediately what I thought of. I forgot the origination of... I don't want to say too much.
iTwitch asks, has humans ever existed in this world?
I'll say the answer is no. There may be other civilizations that had been there before the civilizations that we know of the Dimwood. And that was very much the case. That was very much the case in the old campaign. But who knows what'll happen in this campaign? We are fucking winging it, obviously. The party created half of the NPCs in this adventure.
All right. Anyway, where were we when the camera died?
We were on the edge of the clearing.
Just mess with the cable.
The edge of civilization.
I'll start over as far as redescribing it. You finally leave the dangerous woodland of the Dimwood behind you, all of the beasts and other strange things and dangers that lurk there, to the safety, at least for now, of a clearing, a town. Click-clock crossing, and as if on cue, you hear the gonging of the morning bell from a great clock tower in the center of this city. And you see the predominantly bunny-dominated clearing as they're all waking up, going about their day. You see the windmills and the water mills continuously grinding away as you see a quaint village in this clearing. You see not too far from the clock tower, another very major feature of this clearing is what is a massive tree, or at least it was at one point, perhaps thousands of years old. But no boughs, just no great canopy. Some branches that have been snapped off or burned off, but a great mansion or almost palace that has been built into the top of this ancient tree. And as you make your way down, carrying this healing, stirring, and not close to death Calico Cat, Marquisat soldier, able to throw a cloak over him to shroud him from onlookers. People here, and for the most part, denizens of the Dimwood, want to be left alone, and they want to leave other people alone. They just want to live their lives the best that they possibly can. And you're able to make your way into the town of this clearing as you see the apiaries, you hear the buzzing of bees, you see a massive plump bumblebee fly over once or twice, and you see as you enter the large, a massive mound covered in grass with a large sign that says the Better Borough Bank. You know that this is the financial center of the Dimwood as well, with many streets going out. And then that's when you hear the regimented marching of soldiers. As you see a handful of town guard leading a chain gang of prisoners of all variety of species, except for cats. As they're making their way through the town, at the head of this chain gang is not Gordon Ramsay, but a massive ram, a hulking, hunched, dim-witted looking beast of a man, of a ram, with a huge underbite and curved horns, as he occasionally yanks it, and sometimes the prisoners, several bunnies, you see a mouse, you see what looks like an otter, a lizard. You actually see a bird, what looks like a blue jay, with its hands bound, its wings tied to it. And As you see the massive ram turn the corner, the guards flanking behind, pulling these prisoners to perhaps a jail, and along with the other Marquisat buildings, such as the workshops, the recruitment centers, and the like, you see as the final yank of the chain, a hood fall off the last of the members of this chain gang, and you see orange fur and pointed ears as you see that same fox, the rebel of the Woodland Alliance, has been captured by the Marquisat. And that is where we'll end the session.
Oh, man.
And thank you for the